certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
I have one of the most annoying things in the world going on right now. Before the show, I was a very healthy boy because I went to the gym today and I got don't tell anybody, some boxing in. Just don't want to upset the wrong people. And I was like, well, I got to be a healthy boy. Can't just eat a bunch of garbage and dog shit all day. So I made some peas and I made some corn and I put them in a bowl and I had some corn and peas before the show. The problem is it's driving me insane and I can't fix it. I have just a little piece. It's either pea or corn. Let's say corn so I don't have to keep saying it could be pea. That just seems like I'm just throwing you guys a hanging curveball out over the middle of the plate. I have a piece of corn stuck in my back tooth. You know that thing where you feel like you can bend the piece of food with your tongue far enough where it just kind of slips out of there? I've been sitting here for the last 5 minutes trying to do that, thinking I don't have to go water pick. I don't have to go floss. I don't have to do anything like that. My tongue will get it. And I got close a couple of times. And that's what stopped me from going upstairs and getting a floss pick or water pick and just taking care of the goddamn thing. Now it's going to drive me nuts for hopefully the next 2.5 hours. We've got a great show planned for you today. I'm very excited. It's our final evening show of the week. And, you guys were so incredible. So great last night that we only have 155 to go until we can officially call it a perfect week of evening shows. And then tomorrow, if we hammer out tomorrow, we've got a perfect week of morning shows. What I'm trying to say is 2 goals away from a perfect week. Love a perfect week. So throw in a couple of bucks. 155 is the number tonight. Boy, do we appreciate it. Let's take a look at the WHMH 101.7 top donations board. Fuck You Dude in first place with $285 this week. Crunchy in second. Of course, Crunchy with a great night last night. 135. She's 150 off the lead. Neil with 125 and Jeremy with 100. The rest of you, an 85. We got a 70. We got a couple of 50s. We've got some 35s and then a bunch of 10s and 5s and 20s. And boy, do we love those. Boy, do we appreciate those. Thank you so much. Let's take a look. Root says, Aaron, man, what size shirt are you? I'm an XL. I'm making more space for other shit and getting rid of a ton of stuff. Instead of taking it to Goodwill, I want to donate it to you because you look like a fucking dork on a daily fucking basis. Why so mean, Roots? You told me a lovely Sasha Grey story yesterday. And now you attack my appearance. You know, as a guy who also did freestyle battles when he was in high school, as as a fellow man who spit bars, I thought maybe you'd show some fucking respect. But no. Gray Duckling with $2 says, swish your mouth out with that spicy period juice. It's not period juice. It's spicy virgin Bloody Mary mix. I found out that I really don't like Bloody Marys. I just like spicy tomato juice. So I've been drinking those. And by the way, side note, on the spicy Bloody Mary mix, I gave myself a canker sore down under my tongue. It hurts like a son of a bitch. Oh my God, is it awful. I've got today, it felt like the bottom of my tongue, you know where it connects to your mouth? It felt like it had separated off of that. It hurt like a fuck. I go down there and I reach and I got a bump. I had canker sores, I don't know if you know this, they come from acidity in your mouth. You get acidity, wears away at your skin, gives you a sore. So I got a fucking canker sore from drinking all that goddamn spicy period juice. Tomato juice. God damn you, Gray Duckling. Triple N says, your oral health featuring heavily today. I'm having an oral health day. I don't know what to tell you. I got, peas instead of cum. You can always test who hates steel toe the most by if they believe that horseshit story from a habitual liar. But I don't know. I still have fun with it. So now I got corner peas in my mouth, in my teeth. I got a canker sore down under my tongue. And then I got a secret to tell you guys about today. And by the way, if you think this is like some kind of big secret I've been keeping from you, I just found out about this today. I just found out about this secret today, and I was excited to tell you about it and confused to tell you about it. Let's catch up with the super chats here, and then we'll get down to business. Seize the Day with 279 says, can you do a 30-minute food stuff check update? I thought that's what we were doing. I thought that's what this was. Los Federales with $2 says, chick that slept with 1,000 men in one day is preggo. What's her name? Bonnie Blue? She needed the money. Oh, this fucking whore. You know what? This looks like an attention grab. I ain't buying it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look into it. We'll put it in the, I'll put it in the prep list for tomorrow. I don't buy this. We got another OnlyFans chick story on tomorrow's show. We'll check it out. I don't know, man. I don't buy it. I mean, it's possible, but you're sleeping with 1,000 guys and you're letting them raw dog you? You fucking ew. Oh, my God. So this chick is letting 1,000 guys plow her in a day and she's letting them all just shoot? Oh. Dude, the smell. The smell by, like, number 4. 3, fuck that. I mean, just all the... Oh, my God. And now she's pregnant. You know, look, hear me out. I'm usually, like, I'm not pro-life or pro-choice. I say my opinion would probably be, I'd rather people didn't get abortions. You're killing a kid. Kill that kid. I don't really have any other way to put it. That's just one that, why subject someone to that? I mean, I might protest outside of Planned Parenthood if she doesn't show up. I don't want that to be true. I hope she's just doing that for attention. Seems in her wheelhouse. Let's go to Mayor Larry Vaughn. Says, where is the tooth, Aaron? Anyone else seen it? Hashtag BS. Fuck you, dude, with $5. Says, can you have your youngest rewrite the board after the show so it's actually readable? I mean, it doesn't look too bad, does it? CJ with $2 says, did you see Chris Cluey was arrested? Too funny. Yeah, we'll have that for tomorrow, too. We got a lot of late additions to the morning show. Yeah, it's the first
So
clip
instead, I'm
that
gonna
shows up when I log in on Twitter. I'll give you guys a quick sneak peek here. I'm going to put it in the, here we go. I'm going to put it in the old prep sheets for tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'll give you guys a little sneakeroo. This is our punter, our former Vikings punter, Chris Kluwe. He was obnoxious as all hell, and he was unbearable while he was here. This isn't like a new thing. He was all political and tried to be edgy, and oh, he was so cringe. And he was a terrible punter. He was no good. And the more politically active he got, the worse he got at kicking. And then people would shit on him for it. And he'd be like, nah, there's more important things than kicking a football. Oh, yeah, your political agenda. You're really moving the needle, dickface. Oh, it's so much. No, your punting is more important. I can live with some obscure bill in Maryland about gay people being passed. I can't live with you kicking it into the fucking end zone instead of planting one coffin corner at the 4-yard line. It's a game of field position, Chris. Sorry. What I meant to say was this is Chris Kluwe being a cunt.
take my time to say what MAGA has stood for these past 3 weeks. MAGA stands for trying to erase trans people from existence.
No, we're not. We just don't want to see them all the fucking time. Jesus. They keep doing this thing where they bitch. We're just 1% of the population. Well, fucking act like it. You know who else is probably 1% of the population? Sikhs. You don't see them running up to you every day going, will you notice me? Will you notice me? Will you notice me? Can I read to your kids? Can I read to your kids? Can I read to your kids? Oh, my God.
MAGA stands for resegregation and racism. MAGA stands for...
That's Trevor Noah. That's not MAGA. You got the wrong guy. Trevor Noah's for resegregation. Didn't you hear?
Censorship and book bans. MAGA stands for firing air traffic controllers while planes are crashing. MAGA stands for firing the people overseeing our nuclear arsenal.
Nuclear? How hard is it for people to say fucking nuclear? It's like sandwich. Where did the word sandwich come from? Sandwich. It's an N and a D. It's easy to say. Sandwich, 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 sandwich. Nuclear, 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 you fucking hillbilly.
MAGA stands for firing military veterans and those serving them at the VA.
None of those things start with an M, an A, a G, or an A. That's MAGA can't stand for that.
Including canceling research on veteran suicide. MAGA stands for...
That's because we figured it out. They're sad. They're sad because they were at war and their friends died and it fucked their brain up. And they probably have some CTE from all the loud explosions. Now we just need to figure out how to unsad them.
Cutting funds to education.
You know what the number one would be? Stop sending them to fucking war.
Including for disabled children.
What?
MAGA is profoundly corrupt, unmistakably anti-democracy, and most importantly, MAGA is explicitly a Nazi movement.
Holy shit, really? Oh my God, I better stop. Oh my, did you guys know that? Did you guys know we were doing a Nazi thing over here? Oh my God, some people are probably writing in going, I know, that's why I'm here. I didn't know. Nobody told me.
You may have replaced a swastika with a red hat, but that is what it is. I will now engage.
Which one's more stylish, though? That's what we need to settle. I don't want to argue with Chris Kluwe. I don't want to argue with these people throwing a tantrum. I just want to do shit. I just want to say dumb shit back to them. Can we do that for the next 4 years? Every time one of these assholes stands up in front of a microphone and calls you a Nazi for 5 minutes, can we just do are you done? Sorry, I wasn't listening. Could you repeat the part about Hitler?
In the time-honored American tradition of peaceful civil disobedience.
What's he doing? Oh, look, he has to get attention. Hey, there's the Chris Kluwe I remember. Boy, I wish you got the ball that close to the 2-yard line, Chris. I wish you got as close to a fucking coffin corner kick as you did these city council members.
Get the heck. Get out.
He's being carried out. I think that's the same way they got him out of Winter Park when we released him. He didn't want to go. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for that. I did see that. That is in there for tomorrow. Dinkelman says, I think somebody's still hurt about the 1998 NFC Championship game. No, I'm not. I'm fine with it. So what if we were up by 7 with 2 minutes left and we had to kick a 40-yard field goal to get a 2-score lead with 2 minutes left? That definitely would have punched our ticket to the Super Bowl. Why would I Why would that upset me? Why would I? It's like, well, I was 11. Like, so what if sports were like my fucking life because I didn't know about tits yet? Like, who gives a shit if I, like, who cares if I was 11 and I had construction paper and I was making signs on the floor that said, we're going to the Super Bowl and see you in Miami, and like pretending I was at the game and holding up signs. Let's, why would, why would that still upset me? Why would it still upset me? My eyes are up here. Stop looking at my tits. It's fine. I'm over it. It's not a big deal. I don't know why you have to bring it up, Dinkelman. At any rate, I'm over it. It's not a big deal. I wasn't even thinking about it. Let's go to Rusty Grammar. He says, I'm full ass 100% MAGA. Chris Cluey is a gay F-word retard. Oh. We need to teach you guys the word allegedly. Billy Bob Norris says, if you equate wearing a red hat with a swastika, you're an idiot. You deserve to be mocked. You have no intellectual honesty. How dare you say that about our punter? Kraken Slappin' simply says, classic Cluey. Classic Cluey. Classic Cluey. Oh. Taste Fairy Alto says, we're fine with 1998. Let's take a knee instead. Right? I mean, how much time did we have left in the fourth quarter with the greatest offense that had ever existed up till that point? How much time was left when the Vikings took a knee? Not the Packer game. Green had Cunningham take a... Fuck, I forgot about this. Green had Cunningham take a knee with 30 seconds left while on their own 27-yard line with 2 timeouts in his pocket. We could have run 3 plays. 12 yards a play. 39, their 49, 37. We had a chance. And Denny Green took a knee. You had Randy Moss. Nobody figured out Randy Moss yet. Why did you have to bring up 1998? Why did you have to bring up 1998, ironically, and me try to start it as a joke, and then you go ahead and actually expose that I'm still not over it? Dinkelman, what the fuck? I'm fine. Julius Presley says, you seem pretty judgmental for someone involved with Nick in the Baldo bunker. I've moved on. Well, I mean, Jesus Christ, one of us has to. It's just good to know I missed. 145 away from tonight. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. 145 is the number for tonight. Hit up that PayPal, that Streamlabs, that Venmo. That 145 separates us and perfection for the week. Why do you guys have to keep doing this? Delco Lou with $1.99 says, don't forget about 2018 when the Eagles won it in Minnesota. I forgot. You know what? I'll rank them for you. 2017 and 2000 don't really do it for me because, like, 2017, we were getting the shit kicked out of us almost immediately. Like, we took a 7-0 lead. We forced a 3-and-out. And then we fumbled. Like, it all went to shit after that. 2000, we got beat 41-0 by the Giants. That, whatever. I was a little kid. I stopped watching that one at halftime. My dad, bless his heart, though, like, he stuck it out for the whole game. That has to have long-term health impacts, watching shit like that. Anyway, the ones that hurt the most, 98 hurts the most. 2009 hurts the second most. The Favre year. That one stings too. But 98 was, we were unstoppable. Like, we were unstoppable in 1998. Nobody knew that a thing like Randy Moss could exist before 1998. So that, unironically, Dinkelman was like, hey, you're not over 1998. And I tried to joke about it at first. And then I was doing a jokey, yelly thing. And you see now how it turned into legitimate trauma? Fuck, bro. That just Dinkelman says this is gold. All right, guys. I got a secret. I got to tell you my secret. I just found out about this today. I haven't been sitting on this. Stop it. I haven't been hiding this from you. This is something that got emailed. I got a bunch of screenshots today. It got emailed to me. And by the way, I'm fucking suspect of the person who sent this to me because I saw that you have to have a profile on this site to see this stuff, which means this person had a membership on this site. Do you know about the website? It's either called Fetty Life or Fet Life or something. It's a fetish website. So people put themselves out there and they like say what their fetish is and shit like that. And I guess people can talk to each other. I don't know. I've not signed up for it. I don't have an account. But somebody sent me an email today and they said, I found this, which means they're on FetLife. So they send me this thing and it was April and I. It was us as a couple seeking other couples. And I'm like, what? And they sent me like a bunch of screenshots of the profile. And like, it doesn't look like a joke. Like it's not making fun at all. It's like, it's playing like super straight laced. It's playing it like deadly serious, like totally legit to the max. And it is us as a couple seeking other couples. Now you might think, oh, Aaron, somebody did this as a joke after the Baldo bunker, you know, all that shit stuff. No, this profile predates us even meeting those fucking people. It predates all that. So one of two things happened. Either A, somebody is so mentally ill, and I hope this isn't the case because this is like In Love with Me, weird, gay, like Selena level weird shit. So I would even lose more faith in humanity if someone made this as like a fake. Because again, it's not like shitting on me. It's not making fun of us. It's like it plays it straight. Or, and it obviously it can't be me. I don't have an account. Or April would have had to make this. Either somebody did it as like a goof or something like that. Or like April made an account on FetLife, which I don't buy that one. Like I don't buy any possibility that it could be. Like I don't buy that someone would be crazy enough to do that and play it straight. Like if it would have been a profile where somebody made it and it was like really ugly, disgusting pictures of us and just like the description was crazy and like, out of this world, whatever. Then I would buy that somebody was fucking with me. But also, I don't think that she would do that. Like, I don't know. Like, if it was, I don't know, if it was April or May of last year and I was, still a bitter, fucking angry cunt, whatever, instead of the reformed, kind, recovered individual you see in front of you, 98 was bullshit. Maybe I would have said, oh yeah, she totally did. I don't think she would do it. That was never anything we had talked about at that point. So I'm telling you this, I am fascinated by this development. And if you know, like if you are the person who did it, like let me know. We'll have you on the show. It's a fucking wild story. I'd love to hear the story of why you decided to do it. It's mentally ill as all fuck, but I'd love to hear the story. Or I don't know if there's a way you can backtrace it, if you can look and see the email of the account I have no idea. But I found out today, April and I have a FetLife account. And then like I went to try and find it on Google and you can't. Like I can't find it on Google. I clicked on the website. You have to have a membership. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not getting a fucking membership. So all I have is the screenshots of the thing, and that's it. So I don't know what the hell happened. My Lost Interest says April's dirty little secret. I mean, that would be, if that, and put it this way, if that were the case, I would be utterly shocked. I would be, that would throw me for a loop. I would say it's more a mentally ill person, like just doing it to be really fucking weird and creepy. But like, even that doesn't make sense because, like, what if you get responses like you can't do anything with it? Like, there's no, it's kind of like, for a goof, it's kind of a dead end goof. So I don't get that. Atomic Ray says maybe it was done as a cunty voodoo ritual. The sad thing is, it worked. I mean, Dinkelman says, who has a fucking profile on FetLife? I didn't know what the fuck FetLife even was before today. Like, they were like, hey, you have a profile on FetLife. And I honestly, when I first saw it, I thought it was like a pet thing. Like, I thought it was for pets. I don't know why FetLife. I thought, oh, is it like a Gordy thing? Did somebody sign me up for a... Like, no. That's not what FetLife is. Billy Bob Norris says, you don't think Ricada or one of his minions did? No. This predates all of that. It predates all of it. If the photos posted were never shared publicly, then it was April. Well, there's lots of photos, though. There's lots of photos out there that you could choose from. But that's a good point. Yeah, but I ain't getting a fucking Fetty Wap fucking profile to go and look it up. But that's my big secret that I had for you guys today. I found out about that. I was today years old when I found out I have a swinger fetish FetLife page. So if you see me on there, I hate to disappoint you. You ain't getting the goods. I'm sorry. The fucking wild shit. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says, it was me, Aaron. I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I believe in forgiveness. Poe says, how can you get away from your past, kiddo? You don't get away from your past. You accept your past. You move on with your life. Your past is your past. You know. It's all, as the great Bill Hicks once said, it's all a ride. None of this is real. Like, none of it. You're going to die. You're dying right now. You got one lap around, and that's it. We've all created this thing around us so that we can convince ourselves that's all of it's real. It's all temporary. It's all moving in one direction, and it all lands at one finishing point. Dead. Hulkamasha Baby says, okay, I admit it. I'm a time traveler from 3 years in the future, and I'm fucking with you. Also, spoiler, your third wedding is lit. Yes! I knew it. I'm going to have a lit third wedding. Where am I? Hulkamash. Answer me this question. Don't answer all the questions. Where is it? Where do I have the third wedding? And you're only 3 years in the future, right? So I've still got to have, like, the marriage has still got to be going. Don't tell me. I just want to know where the wedding was. Triple N says also SP rejects your prenup offer. Fucking bitch. God, how do you know, Triple N? You're not from the future. This is Hulkamasha Baby's show. Jesus, how rude. $2 from Gray Duckling. He says that's fag talk. I want to wait for Hulkamasha Baby. I need to know where my third wedding is. And how no offense, but like, how did you get there? You must have donated a shitload of money. I felt guilty and I invited you. Okay. Clopogram says your bottom lip is swollen. No, it isn't. My bottom lip is normal. Oh, I haven't shaved. Are you talking about my peach fuzz right there? Fucking asshole. No, that's not my bottom lip. That's simply facial hair. That's it. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Triple N says, I assume it's at Stoney's. Cheetos is ordained, I believe. He could pull it off. No, Dinkelman, it's not a soul patch. Don't get it out there that I'm trying to grow a soul patch. It's just I haven't shaved for a few days, and yes, this is 2 days of not shaving for me. That's what I get. Billy Bob Norris says, SP rejects the prenup and you still marry her? Well, what can I say? I'm a sucker for love. CJ with $2 says, marriage for secular people is all risk, no reward. You know what? That's actually some real heavy shit. He's not wrong. CJ's not wrong. Hulkamasha Baby says, backyard wedding. You said you needed it to be different than the last two. Plus, she planned it on football Sunday, so you needed a TV to watch the Vikes. Oh, well, you know what? That's good. That's now at least I know. Oh, man. Well, Poe, what did I do to trigger you, buddy? I am so sorry. Lies. I don't have any lies. No lies here. If anyone's been the most honest guy out there, oh, boy. If anyone's laid it bare, this guy. But I'm sorry, Poe. I know once in a while you get a little temperamental. I'm sorry if I do that to you. I don't mean to. I put on a silly little show. I have some fun. I think if you have an emotional reaction to it, it means two things. A, I'm pretty good at what I do. And number two, don't take it so seriously, you know? Breathe once in a while. All right, let's go to my ebony princess. Was it Jasmine Crockett? I love her so much. Oh, look at how pretty she is. She's my Black Democrat Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's just a firebrand. When I say Marjorie Taylor Greene, I mean like she's the complete opposite of her. Black, liberal. But the one thing they have in common is they're both completely batshit retard out of their fucking minds. And I love them for it because they don't stop talking. Like they just keep going. Like you ask them what's up, that's a 3-minute answer and it's going to be full of gold. I don't want anybody there will be no disrespecting Jasmine Crockett on this program. She is the best. We want her to talk. That's like people who I hate AOC. You don't hate AOC. You love AOC. AOC makes things exciting. Jasmine Crockett is like she's talking all gangster and shit on the floor of the House. I love it. So she was on The View recently, and goddamn if that isn't the best place for her. Jasmine was on The View, and she has an idea. You know how the Democrats need people to change their minds and start voting for them again? Well, some people believe that maybe the Democrats need to go meet those voters where they are, find out what those voters want, and then find a way to deliver it to them. Jasmine has a different idea, and I want you guys to hear her out because she is the official Dark Princess of the Steel Toe Show. So here's Representative Jasmine Crockett on The View spitting some knowledge.
He right now has a 53% approval rating. It's higher than it's ever been. 70% believe that he's fulfilling his promises, and 45% believe Democrats should be more moderate. What do you take away? I think there's a lot to make of those numbers, but what's your takeaway from that?
My takeaway is just like the election. We've got to do better at education. People don't understand, but you will understand when those hospitals in rural America start closing down even more. You will understand when you don't have your Social Security. You will understand when your Medicaid, your Medicare goes away. You will understand as planes continue to fall out of the sky. Soon you will understand why it's important to maybe have somebody that isn't loud and ridiculous and maybe...
Wait, whoa. That's the first. I almost made it through that whole thing without pausing. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that you're the example of the non-loud, braggadocious element in government? That's fascinating. What I also find fascinating about that clip is that they say, hey, what do you Democrats need to do to make sure that you guys do a better job? To make sure that you guys do all right? To make sure that you guys can convince, America that you're the leadership for them. And she's like, well, I'll tell you what we can do. We can make sure that shit goes really fucked up for a long time and then they'll miss us. It's like, well, that's not an answer. We can plunge America into the seventh circle of hell and we can have 3 years of total darkness and then maybe they'll miss our ass. Wait, so you want to plunge the country into dark times why don't you just change what you believe in? Why don't you just stand for other things that may, why don't you give the American people what they want? Maybe if enough planes fall out of the sky and we cut enough fucking chickens' heads off, then you'll start to appreciate us. Ma'am, I don't mean to interrupt the Black Queen while she's talking, but do you think that maybe that's how we got into this place in the first place? That like everybody just waited for the other guy to fuck up so that they could have a turn? Something to chew on. You don't have to answer right away. But like just this idea that like, hey, you guys lost. The American people don't agree with you. What would you like to do? And she's like, I'd like to watch them all fall out of the sky, fucking die and blow up and be on fire, these ungrateful bitches. Okay. I was thinking maybe you could announce maybe some economic reforms that people might, some tax reform. No, just, yeah, maybe we'll take away their Social Security. I'm going to go to senior citizens' homes. I'm going to take away their motherfucking Jell-O. Then we'll see how these toothless motherfuckers vote in the next election. Ungrateful, slave-ass thinking motherfuckers. Jasmine Crockett, ladies and gentlemen. That's, and then people applaud for it. You're like, yeah, let's watch this country hurt. And then they'll want us back. I mean, I don't, look, I'm not a psychiatrist, clearly. I got my own problems, but doesn't sound like a healthy way to handle your relationship with the electorate. That's all I'm saying. CJ with $2 says Crockett's sorry. Crockett's meteoric rise is a psyop for 2028. Gay. Nah, I think she's legit. I think she really feels that way. And I love her. I think she's we got to remember, this is all pro wrestling. This is all entertainment for me. And she's entertaining as all hell. By the way, Poe did admit he's just on his period. Thank you, Poe. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, buddy. I mean, I knew already, but it's nice that you can. I like it better when people just admit it rather than have me accuse you. So thank you. Let's go to Bappa Shab says, nice Johnny impression. That's not very nice. That's not nice at all. Numero uno said, over under on how long it takes someone to clip that. I bet you that clip is not in my Rumble chat by the end of this hour. I'm betting you. Puerto Rican. Now, look at all these people writing, Aaron caught the busted Johnny sickness. God. Does John? Oh, because Johnny fucked up a word the other day. How soon I forget. Clapo says Bobert would blast her into next week. Ooh. Is that going to be on pay-per-view? Let me know. Ring me up if it is. 145 away from tonight's goal. Like I said, we are 145 away from a perfect week of evening shows. So go ahead and throw in on PayPal, Streamlabs, Rumble Rants, Venmo, etc. We appreciate everybody. You know what? Everybody take a break. Everybody click on one of those links. Everybody throw in between $5 and $10 right now. And let's get this thing all hammered out. Let's see. Oh, no. God damn it, Hulkamasha baby. Why did you have to do this? It's, somebody writes, I won't say who, they write in a DM. They say, we tuned into the show late. If you're serious about SP and you getting married, when I was a pastor, I was ordained through the UCC. Yeah, you know me. My license was in Minnesota, and having moved to Wisconsin, it should still be valid. A drive from La Crosse to the cities isn't too bad of a drive. See what you guys do? See what you guys do? My lost interest. By the way, people are giving my lost interest shit. I mean, I don't follow this stuff, so like sometimes a stray tweet will pop up. And I don't know if it was that Lance guy or what, but somebody was like giving my lost interest shit, saying he like knows about the Shuley stuff. Like, I don't think that's true. But like those clippers are starting to get really weird. Is it just me, or are they starting to get a little? That's why I had to, some of you need to learn that I'm the guy who's first on all this shit. So you see me start backing away from shit. Don't sit there and go, what are you doing? Trust me, something's up. I've been like, I hate to say this. People think I'm being arrogant when I say this, but I always end up right. I've been doing this long enough when I can see when people are getting a little out over their skis. And some people are starting to get a little out over their skis, and they're starting to get a little too close. And the reason I say that is because I did that a few years ago. I got a little too close. I lived for it a little too much, and it's not healthy. It's not good. But somebody was saying some shit about my lost interest. I only caught one tweet. And I wanted to know if he could shed some light on that. He says, what happened to Johnny's show today? Stream ended. What? What happened to Johnny? Something happened to Johnny's stream? Just kidding, LLC, YouTube. Oh, no, he's not even the first one that comes up. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, a So Thorough Joe Burrow clip comes up before Johnny's channel does. This isn't good. Just kidding, LLC. There it is. It's Johnny K. That's why I fucked it up. What happened to his Digger show? Let's see. Live. He had a stream scheduled for 1:23 p.m. He had a 4-minute and 55-second stream today. What happened?
Tulsa. I know that. What's his name? That is his name, sir.
That didn't do it, does it? No, it doesn't. All right, let's do it now. Hold on. Let's fix it this way. We're getting emotes in the chat. People saying hello to Digger. Where is Discord? All right, there we go. Boom. All right, sharing. Hello. Way too much of my screen as usual. All right, done. I definitely have to remember. Definitely have to remember to do this before the show. Let's. Oh, okay. You're not on the screen. At least it's.
What the hell is going on here?
Nope. I don't know what we're moving there. All right, let's leave that there. This is weird.
Oh no! Tell me he didn't accidentally log off.
Unlock this. So I can. This is strange. Now it wants to be like.
We should maybe take a look at some of these things before the show starts. I'm not saying he has to. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying that maybe we should take a little look-see before things get started.
All right, there we go.
Okay. I turned on to YouTube. Now I know what we're looking at.
Oh. Hey. Johnny, you're not there. Johnny, it's a black screen. Johnny, it's a black screen until the very end. Okay. Yeah, what the hell did happen? Was he on Rumble today? I'm sorry, guys. Now, blame my lost interest for this shit. Just kidding, LLC. All right. There's Johnny's channel. Let's go to his lives. He had a full show on Rumble.
Music and parties as well.
Okay, now it was black screen.
Not okay, but we'll get through it. I can bullshit with chat while you're doing your thing.
My camera's off. I clicked go live on everything, so now everyone has to refresh everything. We'll see.
There we go. There's the kids.
But again, like I said, the whole reason is because it touched that file like that.
Let's go to the end. It seems like they did a full show.
Kiev, not Kiev. All right, fine. Kiev. I love chicken Kiev. Suck my Kiev.
Who gives a shit if it's Kiev or Kiev? Fucking cares. It was all just a money laundering thing for Biden anyway. I don't know. Well, there. They kicked themselves off of YouTube. That's what it was. CJ with $2 says Cliff Notes on Digger. She's a streamer and she streams with Johnny. We've had her on the show once. She's a very nice girl. That's all I know about Digger. That's all I have to say about that. Gray Duckling with $4.89 and a penis symbol. over on PayPal. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We are 140 away from tonight's goal. 140 away. Take a look. Throw a couple bucks our way. Let's see. End of Silence says, I miss the days where Aaron would go full pro wrestling rant crazy. Now he's just gay. Did you see the 1998 thing, you motherfucker? Are you just trying to get me to go on a cutting a promo wrestling rant now? Suck my fucking dick. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Yelling and screaming. I hit on a fucking trans person on the air the other day. I haven't lost a goddamn thing. Aaron doesn't go pro wrestling crazy anymore. I told a trans man she had nice tits. I understand that's not an endorsement of a healthy mental state or even a good reputation, but I just had to protect myself from that guy's attacks. All right, admittedly, that got away from me a little bit. Rusty Grammar says, Johnny and Digger killed it today. If you are against that, let's talk. MSO says, are you regrowing the goatee or did you just run out of soap? Neither. I just haven't shaved for a couple days. It's abject laziness. I love that anyone thinks I have to use shaving cream for it. I just put hot water on here and I dry shave the thing. There's not enough growth here. Are you out of your fucking gourd? 140 away from tonight's goal. Everybody throw in a few bucks. We'll hammer it out. We'll call it another win for the Toad. Jesus Christ. We've already almost gone through an hour of show today. Thank you guys so much. Throw us a few. Call it a win. Okay, next little clip we've got for you today. Oh, that person who offered to marry me says, well, shit, now I feel dumb actually trying to be nice. No. It was very... Hulkamash, do you see what you've done? No, that was a very nice offer. I appreciate it. That's incredibly kind, and I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It was just that Hulkamasha baby was kidding. Now I'm going to write to this guy in case he's not listening anymore. It was just a joke from a fan. God damn it, Hulkamash. Look what you do. You come here from 3 years in the future and you just fuck shit up. That's all you do. Billy Bob Norris says, I hit on a trans person yesterday. Quote, Aaron Imholt. I was just trying to convince that guy that I haven't lost my edge. I still yell and I scream and I cut promos. That's all. I'm just trying to let him know that I can still check you on bullshit like that. All right. Hulkamasha Baby said, who said I was kidding? God damn it. All right. If I confess something to you guys, do you promise to hit the goal today? Do you all promise to throw in a few bucks? And I'll be honest with you. This is something I haven't even told SP. This is going to be a little white girl crazy. Do you mind? Do you mind if I share? Now look at me. Do you promise to knock out the goal if I open this up, look it up, and show it to you? Dinkelman says, your edge is not as sharp as it once was. But it's as sharp once as it ever was, you fucking egging on piece of shit. I swear to God, if you ever come to me face to face at a live event with that level of hostility, I'll fucking drop you. See, that feels good. Hulkamasha Baby says, at my third wedding, you spent the night drinking spicy tomato juice. They said were Bloody Marys. It was weird when you started acting drunk, though. Papa Shop says, you don't have to confess anything. We know you're gay. No, look, I have something I can tell you guys. Gray Duckling with $2. Thank you very much. I'm going to catch shit for this. I think I just want to make sure I've got the right place. Is this the joint? Yeah, I think this is it. This might, you know what? This might, yeah, this is the place. This is the place. I do have a place I'd like to get married. If I had a third wedding, I do have a place I'd like to get married at. It's called Riverbend Venue at River's Edge. It's in New Richmond, Wisconsin. It looks really nice. I've been there. My buddy got married there, and I really liked it. Plus, it's not far from Stillwater, Minnesota, and in the summertime, Stillwater's a pretty cool place to be. Yeah, it just looks like this. I don't want to go to the chat. Don't make me go to the chat. I don't want to. I thought about this the other day. I'm like, man, that would be a nice place if I got married again. Look at it. So nice. Indoor. I would like to do the outdoor ceremony and the indoor-outdoor, what do you call it? Reception. If I could. Take a look. Look at that. Look at the video promo that we've got. Oh, there's a girl. There's a guy. Heterosexual marriage, just like God intended. There's a little lesbo action. I don't think Christ is okay with that. Boy, he outkicked his coverage, a chubby bastard. There's all his boys doing gay shit before the wedding one last time. Look at that. Now show everybody getting fucked up. Guy's a weird-lipped kisser. Oh, he was whinging a little at the end. I think he might be a little bit, light in the loafers. So that's the venue. Look at that beautiful place. It's called Riverbend Venue at River's Edge. Ain't that sweet? I like that place. Whew. All right, here we go. I'll go in there. I'll take a look. Who's the lucky guy? Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says whites still got it. Yeah, the whites can still throw a wedding. Yankee says motherfucker is already planning it. I'm not already planning it. I'm just saying, like a white girl, if it were to happen again, that would be a nice venue to go do it. Taste Fairy Ialto says Stillwater has nicer places. Look, we can look around. I'm just saying, I like that place. That's all. Funeral director with $2. No, that's retarded. Lightweight. Puerto Rican prostate puncher with $1 says Aaron compared his tits to a dude with boobs. Also, you give midlife crisis energy in your heel rants. Thank you. You know what? I'm taking that as constructive criticism that I can build on. End of Silence says you need to be kicked in the balls. I thought we were having a nice moment. I did. I thought we were having a nice moment. Chernobog says if you picked out a good place for the relationship ending argument. Look at it. Look at Billy Bob Norris. Well, guys, this is how you're a nice person. Billy Bob Norris says this is nice. No joking at all. Aw, ain't that sweet? See, guys, that's how you can be. That's how you can behave. Let's go to the phones here.
Call from
Ryan the Garbage Man.
Hello, Ryan the Garbage Man. What can I do for you this fine evening?
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Oh, boy. Okay.
If you hit your thumb with a hammer twice already,
yep.
Why do you think you're going to get a different result if you hit it a third time?
Because I've grown.
Yeah, your thumb is throbbing and swollen.
I've learned from my mistakes and I've grown.
I get that. But how far are you removed from your previous marriage?
I mean, what, 2-3 years?
I mean, legally.
I thought you meant in terms of respecting our vows.
No.
No, that waved bye-bye over a year ago. I don't know. We're coming up on a year here. Probably about, let's see, 7 or 8 months.
I got to give you some advice,
I'm not getting married. I just said if I ever... I said if I ever did it again, that would be a nice place to do it.
I understand. But the way you're talking, I mean, slow your roll, man. Just,
What do you
you
mean?
got time.
I just
got
pointed
time.
out a venue that looked nice.
Okay.
Bro, you know it would be
by the
fucking
way,
bro. You know it would be fucking
what,
sweet.
what?
You know it would be sweet for a wedding?
What?
Check it out. Coyote Moon. Because they got the fucking
okay.
they got the golf course.
Yep.
Huh? Coyote Moon weddings. Let's take a look at Coyote Moon because they've got what's my favorite golf course? I love it. It's my favorite to go to. God damn it, I can't remember. Oh, maybe this is a shit wedding. Maybe this sucks for a wedding.
Stonewall Farms, north of Wilmer.
Oh, here, look at these two. Look at the bride and
It's an
groom.
old barn.
They're hitting golf balls.
It's an old barn converted into a wedding chapel.
We're looking at pictures of the wedding venue. There's an interracial child marriage. I don't know how to feel about that. There's a guy. Yeah. He's having chemo and he's got a beautiful wife, so they're trying to make it nice before he croaks. That's cute. Oh, they're smooching on a golf cart. Their rings are on the balls. That's the safest place for them. Look at that. Yeah, I could do my wedding with the whole golf thing. Oh, look at it. You gotta have plain white girls dancing at a Midwestern wedding, right?
Does SP like golf?
I took her to the driving range this year.
What was her take on it?
And she liked it. She enjoyed it.
Okay. I mean, it's your life. I'm just saying,
It's now or never, and I ain't gonna live forever. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I have a feeling people think I'm sounding gay.
A bit.
All right, there you go. That's Ryan the Garbage Man. Thank you for the call, buddy. I appreciate it. Nobody needs to talk me down from anything. Can a gal just spend a nice night looking at wedding venues? Now, look, if I had a bottle of Merlot and I was just pouring myself wine, that would be something to worry about. I get it. If I'm sitting here drinking a little vino and looking up wedding venues and going, oh, isn't that just darling? You guys would have reason to worry. But I just wanted to point out to you guys that, if I ever did decide to do it again, got a couple of nice venues in mind. God. Thought we were friends. Thought you were my audience. I thought I could confide in you people. I just want to feel safe.
Call from Citizen M.
No, I don't need to hear from Citizen M. No, thank you. I'm smarter than that. You drink with your pinky out, you fucking girl, says Puerto Rican prostate puncher. I'm not going to sit here. You don't get to dictate how I do things. Watch this. Num-nums. Fucker. MSO says, not that there's anything wrong with that. Thank you. 140 away from tonight. Let's get moving. Let's call it a final victory for the toe. A final win for the toe at 140. I appreciate your guys' generosity. We are, you know me, I get nervous when we get really, really close to knocking out a final win for the toe. Hit like, hit follow. Thank you very much. Almost 400 of you checking out the program. I appreciate it. So if the quote for a second wedding is, it's the triumph of, hope over experience. The second marriage is the triumph of hope over experience. What's the third marriage? Quote on third marriages. Let's see. Here we go. A well-known quote regarding third marriages, often attributed to Jackie Kennedy, you dog, is the first time you marry for love, the second for money, and the third for companionship. Aww. Isn't that sweet? For companionship. Doesn't that sound nice? A companion. My Lost Interest says a trans man is actually a chick, so you're good. Thank you, My Lost Interest. I appreciate that. CJ with $2 says, at least put your wedding rings on Pro V1 balls. Hold on, I have to go in the woods and find it. You know, when I get like those reload balls, when I buy a big box of reload balls, I never lose a one of them. I get Pro V1 X's, fucking gone. Just, the first hole after I'm like, oh man, I've been hitting pretty well this year. I might be able to break 90 this round. I'm going to grab a couple sleeves of Pro V1s. I'm going to take out a second mortgage on my house. I might get a box of Pro V1s. I open up that first sleeve, first hole, I lose 2 out of the 3. Pro V1s just, I get in my head with them. It's better to just find them in the woods. That's all. Miss Tay with $5 says, marriage talk again. Stop it. Get some help. You know, I hear that from people sometimes. I just, I don't know. I think, that third one will take. First one for money, first one for love, second one for money, third one for companionship. Aw, it's kind of nice. The 3 marriages quotes, but I had a joke I heard today. Would you guys like to hear a joke? I had a nice joke for you. Check this one out. A doctor, a lawyer, and a priest are on the Titanic. The ship hits the iceberg, and it's going to sink. The doctor says, we've got to get the women and the children on the lifeboats, and then we got to get off this boat. And the doctor goes, fuck the kids. And the priest says, do you think there will be time? I like it. I think it's a good joke. Puerto Rican prostate puncher with $1 says $10 you get a tranny to pop out of your wedding cake. You pinky out wine drinking gay F word. Well, at least you threw $1 behind it. I appreciate that. 135 away from tonight. Keep it going. We're at a number now where we can, in the next hour, we can do 5-10 at a time. Hammer this out, no problem. Thank you for your generosity. Let's do it. Hey, is numero uno Josh Denny fan here tonight? Because I've got a story. I swear to God, I thought of him when I got this one, and I said, you know what? Numero uno usually pops up in the evening shows rather than the morning shows. So I'm going to do this one just for him. And if numero uno isn't here, I'm going to feel a little betrayed. I'm going to feel like I grabbed this one for nothing. Don't. Just how about fucking don't? How about grow up once and just let me skate on one of these? We've got a story on Elon Musk maybe not being as popular as the mega crowd thinks he is, and I thought numero uno would really appreciate this. First, CJ with $2. Thank you, buddy. Says, has SP been married before? No. No, SP has not been married before. So technically between us, we'll only have 4. That's like 2 apiece. So averages out to all right. This one was for numero uno Josh Denny fan. A new poll confirms that most Americans do not like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg. This kind of surprised me. Technology billionaires Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are not liked by most Americans, according to new polling out this week. The Pew Research Center released its findings on Wednesday, indicating that Musk and Zuckerberg are viewed more negatively than positively by the majority of Americans. Musk, who currently leads the so-called Department of Government Efficiency. Well, it's not the I hate when the article writer's bias comes through in the story. It's like it's like you're just being shitty and snippy. It's not the so-called Department of Government Efficiency. That's just what it is. That's like saying the so-called Department of Defense. No, its official title is the Department of Defense. Oh, he's getting cancer treatment in Rochester, Minnesota. He's going to the so-called Mayo Clinic. By the way, is it a good thing to name one of the most prestigious hospitals in the world after something that clogs your heart? Discuss amongst yourselves. Now, Musk has been criticized in recent weeks for his efforts to upend the federal bureaucracy through large cuts and mass firings. I don't know where these people are coming from. Like, I see them on my TV sometimes, but I didn't know they were actually real. I'm having a blast with this Doge stuff. And like every time someone comments like it's getting out of control, I'm like, really? Because I'm hoping it goes further. Like I'm watching. Maybe it's disaster porn. I don't know. But every time Doge uncovers something else, I'm like, keep going, keep going. And the media is like, you're not going to be. Are you going to be happy if he fires 16,000 IRS agents? I'm like, no. I'll be happy when he fires 70,000 IRS agents. That would be, are you kidding? Like, stop threatening me with the shit I want. You know, you saying to me, oh, you're not going to be happy until he shreds most of the government. And I'll be like, yeah, that would be, that's like going to me and be, if I were a kid and you were like, oh, well, what are you going to get, a bike for Christmas? I'd be like, oh, perish the thought. So, people not liking the guy. I don't know, maybe personally you don't like him. You find him a little smug, a little autistic. I get it. But like what he's doing with Doge and shit. This is stuff I never thought I'd see in my entire life. I'd given up on this kind of thing. Over half of U.S. adults reported that they have an unfavorable view of Musk, while 42% said they viewed him positively. Meanwhile, Zuckerberg's unfavorable numbers were far higher at 67%. Well, that's because Mark Zuckerberg really doesn't seem like a human. I mean, it is really easy to demonize Zuckerberg because he has the personality of a droid. And when you have the personality of a droid, he doesn't even have, AI has more personality than Mark Zuckerberg. It's more difficult for people to connect with you. Moreover, Pew Research found that Musk is a far more polarizing figure than Zuckerberg, as most Republicans view him favorably, while Democrats have negative feelings towards him. On the other hand, Zuckerberg is viewed unfavorably by majorities in both parties. Oh, conspiracy time. Ready? I think Trump can use this. What I mean by that is, so Trump has a good approval rating right now, right? Yeah, Poe raises a good point. C-3PO at least had a few quips. Exactly. So Trump has a high approval rating. Let's say shit kind of stalls out, and let's say the fire in MAGA isn't there anymore, right? Instead of Trump taking the hit and looking like shit, he has this built-in excuse. He can throw Elon under the bus and say, oh, yeah, the guy was in it for himself. He just, he got in over his skis and, he really fucked us over, but we're going to redouble our efforts. And that can buy Trump a little bit of time. I don't know if it's going to get, I'm not saying it's going to get to that point. I'm saying if shit starts to go wrong, Elon might be a good fall guy. If these numbers are accurate. Let's go to 538 and let's see if, because, the media has been really quiet on polls. Ever since that 53% one came out, I haven't heard anything about any kind of polling. So what's it look like now? Not favorability. I want approval. Approval ratings. Here we go. Trump's approval right now is right around, the average is about 50%, and it's plus 2.5. We got one that came out today, 50, 50, 45, 48, 45, 50, 51, 45, 55, and 52. So he's hanging around right around 50%. It's respectable. Dinkelman says RFK is a good fall guy. It already happened to his family twice. End of Silence says, I agree with Aaron. I hope it goes further. Oh, dude, I don't think I could come up with an answer to the question, like how far would too far be for Doge? I don't think I have an answer for that. Like, what would they cut where you'd be like, all right, this is getting kind of crazy? Like, even full on shutting down the Pentagon. I'd be like, okay, what are you going to replace it with? I'm willing to hear out just about everything. Trump did propose today an 8% cut to the Department of Defense. I'm down. I think that's that's about 800 billion, or not 800 billion, $8 billion. It's a pretty small cut. No, 80 billion. It's $80 billion. is what he would cut. My Lost Interest says the IRS lost a check I sent them for $4,000. Took 2 years for them to find it and threatened a $20,000 fine during that time. Yeah, that shit happens. I remember when we were on radio, we simulcast on Twitch. We streamed during the show. Not bad numbers either for a show that was on terrestrial radio in St. Cloud. I think we were doing like 200 people at a time on Twitch and in the morning. And when we were on there, people would send in bits and subs, and sponsors would give prizes for the people who gave the most. And then I didn't know, because I was a fucking rookie and an amateur, that Twitch didn't take out taxes. Sounds silly now to say that, but I didn't know at the time. And so they didn't send me a bill right away, obviously. They waited 4 years to send me a bill. And so this kind of goes to what My Lost Interest was saying. You have 4 years of interest and penalties on this money that I didn't even know I owed, and they still charged you for it. So forgive me if I don't look at like the IRS being cut as, oh my God, I'm so sad. Oh my God, this is terrible. What are they going to do? Fuck them and everyone who looks like him. I'm happy that he's doing it. Go ahead and throw in a couple of bucks, guys. We got less than an hour left in tonight's show. We're 135 away from tonight's goal, and it is the last evening show of the week, and we can knock out our last goal of the evenings and have a perfect week here on the toe. So keep throwing in those ones, those twos, those fives, those tens, and we'll get this thing down here. Oh, no, we have had a PayPal. I was going to say Chris in the PayPal, Chris in the Venmo with a nice crisp 20 or something. That would be nice. Let's go ahead and check out how they're doing in Florida. We haven't checked out with our Florida friends in a long time. You know, enough of this heady politics shit and all this IRS talk. Let's just, let's take a break. Let's let our heart rates go down a little bit. And let's just watch some wild, wily, wacky local news. Let's see what they're up to in Florida. Oh, boy. It's a fast food joint. And it looks like a confrontation.
First at 5:30, new video from a Wingstop restaurant in Port St. Lucie. It shows the moment an employee threw hot grease from the kitchen at customers.
Holy fuck! Whoa! That's effective. I mean, I don't think they let you carry a gun if you're working at a Wingstop. So, I mean, next best thing to back somebody off if they're threatening you, hot grease will work.
Customers. We've been following the story since it first happened. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Todd McDermott.
And I'm Tiffany Kenny. Treasure Coast Bureau reporter Rachel Perry just got the video and has more on how this all unfolded.
I'm going to guess somebody was disrespected. That's usually how these things start out.
As you'll see here in a second, the incident was caught on video, and we're told the employee seen in that footage was actually the restaurant manager at the time.
That means in this neighborhood, at this Wingstop, that's the most responsible and reasonable person working there. He is entrusted with the most responsibility and probably the highest pay. And what does he do? He's throwing grease at the customers. And remember, that's their best.
But she's now charged with 2 felonies.
Oh, it's a lady. Oh, my goodness. That is, you know what? Now that I think about it, that is a bitch move, isn't it? Throwing grease at somebody.
Seen here, Carnell Irene, the then manager at the Wingstop on Southwest Port St. Lucie Boulevard. Video from January 28th shows Irene and a customer having what appears to be a heated conversation at the carryout line.
I'm hearing that somebody stole somebody's man, and one of them, quote, is a trifling hoe. But then also, one of them, bitch, you better not respect me where I work, or disrespect me where I work. These are just some of the quotes we're getting from the confrontation.
Behind Irene, another employee who's seen trying to get her attention. As the video plays on, the conversation heats up. Irene,
just like a bucket of grease about to fry some chicken,
holds her hand to her ear, moving closer and closer to the window.
She held her hand to her ear and said, "What you gonna do, brother?"
Another customer steps in as an employee starts pulling Irene back, trying to prevent the incident from growing. But their efforts don't work.
It escalates to the point where the manager takes a squirt bottle of ranch dressing, squirts it on our two victims.
But it does.
That's what your man done did to me last night, bitch. I don't care. Did Aaron just pantomime a female customer licking cum off her fingers? I knew he was lying. This does seem like a poor way to handle a disagreement. I would expect this from maybe a new trainee, perhaps not the manager. That is horrifying, isn't it? When like somebody's like throwing sauce at people and being an absolute bitch, and you're like, I want to speak to the manager. Bitch, I is the manager.
Doesn't end with ranch. Irene disappears, returning with a metal container.
Oh boy.
That's when police say,
Look at how homeboy ducked the fuck out of there when she got the hot grease. He's in there pulling on her, telling her to stop, everything else. As soon as she goes over, that's how you know that shit was hot. It wasn't cooling down. It was still active. When she grabbed the fucking wing grease, he wasn't a hero anymore.
But it doesn't end with ranch. Irene disappears, returning with a metal container.
Look at him. Look at how quick he scurried the fuck out of there as soon as she grabbed it.
Oh. That's when police say Irene threw hot grease at the customers.
You see her toss it in the direction of the victims who are at that point off camera, and you see it splatter onto the floor, and we do know it did hit them in the legs.
The victims, one a minor, left with burns on their skin, and Irene booked in the St. Lucie County Jail. Port St. Lucie police telling us these types of calls aren't common for them, but people might be seeing them more.
What? You know, we don't get crazy bitches throwing hot chicken grease at people, but, buckle up because we're going through a lunar cycle and crazy shit tends to happen.
We're just seeing more recorded instances of it, and that becomes viral. So it then changes our perception that...
As for...
Wait. You think this is going to happen more because Americans are retarded enough to see a woman get arrested and thrown in jail for throwing chicken grease at a customer. So now you think other fast food employees are going to throw chicken grease at customers because Americans are just fucking automatons who are going to watch someone no matter how much trouble they get into and just do the same retarded shit so they can go viral? You know what? This guy gets Americans better than anyone else. He ain't wrong.
How it all started. Well, Port St. Lucie police tell us the customers in the video were causing a scene and knocked over a container of straws. Irene is now charged with aggravated...
Oh, well, lead with that next time. That changes everything. Fuck those bitches. Here I thought that they were innocent bystanders. You didn't say that they were yelling and screaming and spilling straws everywhere. I mean, now I get it. It was self-defense.
Child abuse and aggravated battery. In Port St. Lucie, Rachel Perry, WPBF 25 News.
Well, look, I can't judge until I've walked a mile in her chicken grease-soaked shoes, but I feel like that's not how the training manual tells you to handle staff-customer conflict. KJ Fury with $5 says, did Big Mama Michelle eat up all the ribs? It's Michael. Thank you. Miss Tay with $10. Thank you very much, Miss Tay. And Cottonwoods with $1 says no 50-cent donation button. Oh, I'm sorry. No, there's not a 50-cent donation button. Adam Simon gifting a membership. Oh, you know what? It's good to have those back now that we're back on YouTube this week. Thank you very much, Adam Simon. 120 away from tonight's goal. We got 45 minutes left. Why don't you guys go in there, throw in a few bucks? That thing will get knocked down pretty quick, and we will call it a perfect week for the toe here on the evening show, and you guys can show those morning show fuckers how it's done. What do you say? Ryan the Garbage Man's take on it. The reporter has nice boobs. It's a fair take. It's a fair take. That's racist. That definitely can't say that word. MSO says this just in: Democrats to ban hot grease. See, guys, you can go with an innocent, fun political joke. It doesn't have to go to Shaboon. I I don't see why we have to go right to racial epithets right away. Why does it have to be? Why does it have to be fucking shaboon and this and that and everything else? No, see, Honky, that doesn't mean you should keep writing more words. That's what I was saying was MSO had a really nice, innocent joke, and you guys, you went a little heavy. Roots not helping. He says shaboon is one of the greatest slurs of all time. All right, fine. Let's rank them. All right? Ready? Let's just get MSO. No, you're not supposed to fall to the racism too, for God's sake. You had such a nice, innocent joke, and then you just write eggplant. Maybe he's making dinner. Maybe it's a recipe thing. Coors Light with a gifted membership. Thank you very much, Coors Light. 120 away from hammering this out tonight and calling it a win. Yeah, see, MSO, it's getting worse. MSO, this is not what Dinkelman, not you two. No, guys, for once here on Steel Toe, could you prove them all wrong? You know, could I compliment you and then you guys don't take the wheel and go all the way into the ditch with it? Could we? Roots Calhoun says, I just had to stop what I was doing to convey my appreciation to whomever said that. Oh, well then I guess. You're not being racist. You're being thankful. Dinkelman says, I thought mine was pretty good. Mine wasn't racist. All right, let's go up and see what Dinkelman had for this one. Dinkelman says, I said all flats, you dumb bitch. See, that's it. See, that's funny. That's something they might say. Whether you're white, black, that's not indicative of race. Taste Ferre Alto says basketball Americans. That's still implying something. Dust in a baggie. I can't read that. That's not, it's just, it doesn't stay wholesome. It never stays wholesome. You know what I want? I have a dream. Here's my dream. No goals ever. That's number one. Number two, I can compliment you guys, and then you'll just say, thanks, Aaron. Glad we can contribute to the show. And we get to move on. End of silence says, I bet that Wingstop worker was out of her mind around all that fried chicken. Roll a watermelon in there, and it's a BLM right. All I wanted to do was have a nice night. We had a small goal. It was like 155. You guys crushed it last night. I thought we'd come in here. I thought we'd make a little money. We'd tell a few jokes. We'd laugh. And so far, it's been that way. It's been a great time. I didn't think it was going to get ugly. But you know what? Maybe at some point, that's a me problem. Mussolini Diff with $2 says, Grease monkeys be tossing. See, now what? Mussolini Diff even, who's usually so wholesome. That does put us, with that and the gifted memberships, that does put us 115 away from tonight's goal. All right, fine. Look, I'll compromise with you. I'll compromise with you and say, could you at least put $5 or $10 behind your racial insults? If you're going to come in here, because we're about $100 away from being able to celebrate and call this a successful week of evening shows for the Toe. I did want to get to, oh, God damn it. No, this isn't going to be good. I really didn't anticipate you guys reacting this way to that story, so this next topic was not supposed to feed in to that last one, but this is a story about the mayor of Los Angeles, Miss Karen Bass. Remember Karen Bass, like when the wildfires started? And Karen Bass was in like Wakanda or whatever it was. Like she was somewhere in Africa. And everybody was really mad about that. They're like, hey, these wildfires are happening. Our mayor's just fucking around in the old country. And we really don't have any leadership here because the only other person we have to turn to is Gavin Newsom. And, well, he's just hair. So she comes back. The city's literally on fire. It's the last thing you want to have happen if you're mayor. And Dysrhythmia says Aaron will accept racism for money. It's not necessarily that. It's more if it's, you guys are going to do it anyway. Could I at least profiteer off your hatred? That's all. So Karen Bass now wants to, I'm not making this up. Karen Bass now wants to investigate why she went to Ghana during the wildfires. Now, if that doesn't make any fucking sense to you, it's because it's insane. The mayor who went to Ghana during the wildfires wants to investigate why the mayor went to Ghana before the wildfires. Let's listen in.
I'm going to go to Ghana, which I know you've said was a mistake now. But I just am curious on the thought.
Oh, hey, guys, leave her alone. Turns out she said it was a mistake. It's totally fine now.
Process behind it.
Right.
Because we know that there was warnings about the weather before you went, and you still went. What was the thought process behind going to Ghana?
Well, to be honest with you, Steve, have you ever been to Ghana this time of year? I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, poverty, smells, no running water, putrid poverty, third world shitholes as far as the eye can see. I mean, how can a guy say no?
Let me just tell you a couple of things. First of all, when the White House called and asked me if I would represent the president, I said yes. It was going to be a very, very short trip over a weekend. And
good to see you in Ghana. You are here in place of retard.
2 business days.
Do you personally dislike homosexuals?
Of course, they are disgusting.
Oh, that's not very good.
We need to look at everything about the preparation and all of that for the fires, because I think when we evaluate that, we will find that although there were warnings that I frankly wasn't aware of, although there were warnings, I think our preparation, it wasn't what it typically is. Meaning,
no shit, meaning the mayor was in fucking Ghana. And you got warnings, and you're like, well, I never saw the warnings. That's, what's the movie where the guy's like, those were warnings. Oh, well, nobody warned me. Dodgeball. She's Peter LaFleur at the beginning of Dodgeball. They're sitting there like, well, we warned you. She's like, well, nobody warned me. And they're like, no, that's what those memos were. You have to read them. Well, I'm sorry. I was reading the in-flight manual. I was on my way to Ghana. What am I supposed to do? Stop, come back, and deal with a natural disaster? What am I, a leader? Oh, my God. And you know what the crazy part about this is? It's said completely free of irony and completely free of self-awareness. She's just going, I know there were warnings, but I wasn't warned and I never saw them, and we need to definitely look into why I was allowed to go to Ghana. Because you said, peace out, fuckers, I'll see you never, and then you left. That's why you were allowed to go to Ghana. You.
That before there's a major weather event, for example, last week when we knew we were going to get into the rains, you saw us come together and us talk about, get your sandbags, bring the K-rails out, that type of preparation.
Make sure you bring your sandbags, make sure you've got everything flood-proofed, and if anybody needs me, I'll be in Turks and Caicos. I'll tell you. Every time there's a natural disaster in L.A., she's got somewhere to be.
Didn't happen. If that had, I will tell you, Alex, I wouldn't have even gone to San Diego, let alone leave the country.
But what do you mean there were warnings you weren't aware of?
I don't think people are mad that you left the country, Mayor Bass. Most of us are just kind of mad you came back. In fact, the number one response when the mayor of Los Angeles says, I'm going to Africa, they all went, you mean it? And then they looked up and they saw it was a round-trip flight. They went, shit.
Because I know we were talking about it on the news a lot.
Madam Mayor, I have terrible news. The San Andreas fault is splitting and Los Angeles could fall into the ocean. Oh, my God. We need to make preparations to make sure we're prepared to evacuate as many people as possible. Yes, we do, Madam Mayor. Thank you very much. Cool. It is summertime. I'm taking my vacation to New York City. I'll have my cell on, though. I swear to God. Let me know how it turns out. Madam Mayor, the super caldera at Yellowstone is exploding. It's going to wipe out life as we know it for most of the contiguous United States. Oh, my God. Thank God I'm going to be in American Samoa on vacation.
people were talking about the problems, warning that this was going to be a huge
So
deal.
when I talked about it with the fire chief, what she said is that we have warnings of Santa Ana winds a lot, but predicting this.
Great Eric Churchline, you'll be my wildfire, I'll be your Santa Ana wind. Turn everywhere we've turned. Oh, God damn it. Turn where we've never been to into somewhere that we've been. Put lightning in this thunderbird till the metal comes alive. The rhythm of the road will give these horses wings to fly. I can't remember the rest. I know you're disappointed.
And you saw from the city, from the county, that level of preparation really didn't happen. So it didn't reach that level to me to say.
It's almost as if someone hadn't been halfway around the world, maybe we could have done something about this. It is amazing to me that these people can just sit there with a straight face and go, what did I do? You were gone. Oh, I know. We're looking into why I was gone. Because you're a shitty leader. Yeah, we're investigating how I cannot be a shitty leader next time. You don't know how not to be gone when the city desperately needs you to help them through a natural disaster? There's no investigation that can fix this. You're brain dead.
Something terrible could happen, and maybe you shouldn't have gone on the trip.
Why didn't it happen?
Oh, well, don't second guess yourself. Eusta is a rooster in Brewster.
Me, I don't know. I mean, I think that's one of the things we need to look at. So to investigate.
Did she just say, I don't know why I went on the trip? Well, at least that's honest.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's terrible could happen, and maybe you shouldn't have gone on the trip.
Why didn't it
But to
happen?
me, I don't know. I mean, I think that's one of the things we need to look at. So
I don't know why I went on the trip. Some guy in tribal garb just threw me on a plane and said, ooga booga, and I went.
2 investigations are taking place. One internal to the city, and that's the Fire Commission, because that's mandated by the city charter. So the commission will hire an outside entity to examine everything, the pre-deployment, why were firefighters sent home, all of that.
I don't know. If only they would have had a mayor there to organize things. Any ideas? Mussolini Diff with $2 says, I say gonna fix this fire.
That should have taken place that didn't. And then also the governor has contracted with the Fire Safety Research Institute, which is a national institute that investigated what happened in the fires in Maui. So everything.
Oh, shit. No. Don't tell me that. I was ready to bring this thing in for a landing and be like, oh, this can't possibly get worse. You're talking to the people who handled the fires in Maui? Julius Presley with $2 says, she go Ghana to feed the primate in safari cookout. That's fucking racist, dude. But he paid. He paid. Thank you, Julius Presley and Mussolini Diff, for your kindness.
That happened, including that, needs to be examined. But I will tell you that I felt absolutely terrible not being here for my city and not being here for my family who was impacted by the fire.
You didn't bring your goddamn family with you to Ghana while you knew there was going to be a wildfire? You're a special kind of piece of shit, aren't you? I mean, honestly, if they're going to reelect her, you can't help them. You can't help these people if they keep electing people like this. There's nothing you can't reach. They're unreachable at that point. Jeff Jordan said, I hope there's a hot mic moment with this interview. The whole interview is a hot mic moment. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe while they were on, maybe the interviewer never told her, Lady Mayor, we're on the air. Jesus. $5 from Taste Fairy Ialto says, bitch didn't even bring back any vibranium. I like that one. Adam Simon gifting another membership. Thank you, buddy. Hey, guys, guess what? 105 away from tonight's goal, and we got a half hour left in regulation. Do it. Keep feeding us, and let's knock out that 105 and call it another win for the toe. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, just a few more of you pitching into this program. and we've got it knocked out. Thank you so much. McBuster says, yeah, Eric Church is for...
I'll fucking kill you, you fucking faggot.
There you go. This lady has the prerequisite crazy eyes. Yeah. Poe says if they tried a bobsled team benefit to raise money. That's Jamaica, you fucking racist. Jesus Christ, Poe. My lost interest says Venmo? Question mark. Did I not say Venmo? Oh, no. Did I fuck up my own trademark little rhythm there? Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, gifted memberships, gifted subscriptions. Oh, no. You know what I love of people who I really rub the wrong way? They're like, I fucking hate Aaron. He's a piece of shit. Every time. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Rumble. And I'm like, you understand it works. You remember it. It's in your head. It's branding, everybody. I do get a kick out of that when people bitch about me. And that's the first thing they do. And it's like, any second now, the synapses are going to fire. And you're going to get it. Oh, man. Well, you know what, guys? Don't worry. I have it on good authority that the mayor of Los Angeles had the best of intentions. So it's okay. She meant well. Oh boy, this is great. You guys want an update from the home base here? You want to hear what the Minnesota legislature is working on? Remember the last time we checked in on the Minnesota legislature, remember what we were doing? The Democrats were throwing a temper tantrum and weren't showing up for work because for a little while, the Republicans have a 1-seat majority in the House. So the Democrats decided they just weren't going to go to work. Fuck it. They're going to hold up the whole show. Well, they've come to work. The House is in session. Let's see what they're working on.
Question for you is you are using, and you kind of showed it in the presentation there with kind of that testing round. Folks who are going to use this use their social security number or an ITIN number. Is this benefit going to be provided for people who are here illegally?
Deputy Commissioner.
Mr. Chair, Representative, there is no requirement in the paid leave law that is tied to citizenship. Now, naturally, somebody, in order to qualify for the benefit, one has to have wage records of at least 5.3% of the state's average annual wage per the law.
So that's a yes. So if you're here illegally, you get paid family leave. Wow, Minnesota's a great state. We're fucking killing it, guys. The liberals here in Minnesota are just, I tell you, drilling us right into... Oh, shit. I'm really mad that they can't just, like, if you're going to bend us over and fuck us, at least be honest about it. Like, if you're going to waste our money and waste our time, at least look us in the eye and tell us you're doing it. Like, I hate when they do that shit when we're like, hey, paid family leave. Illegals who shouldn't even be here, are they going to get it? Well, it's for people who they, well, you see, they just have to be able to show proof of that they got paid. So no. They don't have to be a citizen. They can come here illegally. Well, I mean, as long as they can show a pay stub. So, yes. Thank you very much to Anonymous Fake Dono. Hey, guys, a $23 Anonymous Fake Dono. Thank you very much. Gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. I love a $23 Anonymous Fake Dono. Mussolini Diff with $2 over on YouTube. Thank you very much, pal. That means we are $80 away from tonight's goal. Hot shit. Oh, my lost interest at Venmo, question mark. And then I did the whole thing. I thought he just wanted me to do the thing again. He goes, well, then check it, dumbass. Sorry. I apologize. Now I see why you said Venmo, question mark. You doing that, however, does ruin the whole anonymous fake dono thing. I guess that's kind of my fault for being a dipshit. Oh. Poe says, this is why you need to keep your own show. If you go back to the radio, you can't be fun at all. Oh, ask the OGs. I was a fucking hoot. By the way, nah, Aaron, shut up. Don't say it. Don't fuck. The more I say, the more I can fuck up. Just, life is good. Life is good. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut your goddamn mouth. All right, Poe, you're going to get me in trouble. That's one thing I got to work on. If you've got good news, keep it under your fucking hat for 5 minutes, why don't you? You understand you're a lightning rod of controversy. The minute you say anything good or nice about yourself, there's going to be a whole army of really angry, bitter people going, I need to find a way to take it from him. I'm not happy. So there's nothing good going on. Nothing positive has happened ever. It's fucking terrible. And the walls are closing in, and I don't know if I can take another night. Bigot on Socialist Media says Jeremy would love it. He certainly would. Poe says, I mean the censorship on radio. You know, it's interesting you say that, and I understand it. But you know what I hear from a lot of people? I get, and I'm not going to pretend that they're in the majority or you're in the minority. I'd say it's actually pretty even. There are some people who say, I like it better on the radio because you have to tiptoe around those rules. And that is, you know, that is a pretty interesting thought. I think it's an interesting debate to have. Here's an interesting debate to have. How many of you have $5 or $10 to throw in and knock out that last $80? I'll say this, last evening show of the week, only $80 left. I'm going to pretend that the Jewish side of me isn't fucking salivating right now thinking, oh boy, if you guys just a little bit more, we're going to knock out that last number and call it a win for the toe. I'm trying to keep it buried down deep, way down here. Oh, by the way, if anybody has that, any more info for me other than the screenshots I got today and the email I got on the, what is it? Not Fitbit. What's the website that I'm on now? That I've been on for like almost 2 years that somebody started? Finbot, fucking FetLife. If anyone has any more info on that, I'd be damn interested. Paul, the guy who gave me my World War II plane. Uh-oh. My World War II plane fell down. Oh, shoot. Actual piece of metal from a C-47 Tico Bell. It's one of the coolest fucking oh, shit. One of the coolest things anyone's ever gifted this program, and now I can't. Now I'm fucking up. God, Paul, I'm so sorry. Oh, no. Oh, God. I have Parkinson's. There we go. Now it's up there. Sorry, Paul. Thank you for the $2.72. I'd be very interested to find out how you got to that number. It's very interesting. Let's go to Poe. He says, if you can be like this and they will allow it, that's awesome. I mean, I can be like this personality-wise. It's just you got to choose different words. That's all. That's all. All right, let's continue on. I'm rock hard to knock out that $80. What do you say? Throw a few bucks our way. Let's call it a win for the toe. 15 minutes until we have to rattle the cans for the last 80. But you know what? I think you guys are good for it. Knock it down and let's go home. I love this next segment. The Shark Tank guy, Kevin O'Leary, he's Canadian, right? I didn't think he was American. But either way, this guy loves this Doge stuff. And I think that Kevin O'Leary, we don't hear his take very often on the news. Like the media doesn't put people like him on because he has the same take that you and I have kind of had about this whole deal, which is, you know, the media goes like, oh my God, can you believe Doge is cutting all of these things? And then people like us are like, I really hope they do more. I mean, I don't think they've done near enough. Once that $2 trillion annual deficit is knocked down to zero, I'll be thrilled. Let's do that. By the way, proposal today, Trump said 20% of the Doge savings should go to pay down debt and 20% of the Doge savings should go to the American taxpayers, which If we do some math right now, 20% of Doge savings would be $20 billion. If we go 20 billion divided by how many taxpayers are there? 130 million, I think is the last number I read. We're all getting $150 so far. Hey! $150, another win for the toe. So Kevin O'Leary was on CNN, and I don't know if he's getting invited back soon. I guess they'll have to see how the numbers go, but he gave a great take on CNN because, you know, they're on there going, oh, my God, this is terrible. This Doge thing is awful. They're firing federal workers as if we ever gave a fuck about them. Here he is kicking some knowledge, if you will.
I think the issue is they're not whacking enough.
That's what people always say about me. That is a fucking great, like, just to isolate that right there. Kevin, what do you think the problem is with radical Islam?
I think the issue is they're not whacking enough.
You know what? The tension builds up. That makes sense. Hey, Kevin, the Amish and the beards and the lack of charisma. What do you think it is?
I think the issue is they're not whacking enough.
Oh, okay. Hey, I grew up Catholic. What do you think the deal is with the priests and them not leaving the altar boys alone?
I think the issue is they're not whacking enough.
Oh, all right, Aaron. You know what? God damn it, enough. Let's let Kevin O'Leary talk about Doge. Let's mature. Let's not hear the word whacking enough and then just go, let's pump the brakes on the show. You want people to give you $80? Take this seriously, you dipshit.
I think the issue is they're not whacking enough. There's this concept in private equity when you get a bankrupt company and you go in there, you cut 20% more than your initial read. And then you find like a pool of mercury, the organization gels back together again. Always cut deeper, harder when there's fat and waste. The FAA, it's not the people. The code is cobalt. It's from the 60s. It needs CapEx put into it for the technology to be upgraded to make it.
Everybody raise your hand if he's completely lost you at this point once he said cobalt, CapEx. I just, he's too smart. I just want to hear cut, lots of spending, fired people, rip things apart, like Hulk smash. Once he gets to cobalt and all that, I have to rewind and go, I'm too stupid for this.
It's cobalt. It's from the 60s. It needs CapEx put into it for the technology to be upgraded to make it safer. Fat like a chicken. All of these agencies are like big fat chickens dripping over barbecues of fat. This is the best barbecue I've ever seen, but I don't think it's happening fast enough. They're not cutting enough. Keep slashing, keep hacking while you have a 24-month mandate before the midterms. Cut.
I like that. Kevin O'Leary's take is basically ready, fire, aim. He's like, just start ripping shit out. Just reach in with both hands and start ripping guts out. Fuck it. If it turns out we needed it, we can put it back later. But just start ripping money out of this thing. I like it. See, if Elon fails or gets too big for his britches or whatever, I say throw Kevin O'Leary in there and let him go nuts.
Cut. More cutting. Believe me, it's going to work out just great. Everybody should be happy.
People with the nuclear codes, cut them too.
Cut everything. Because
I love that they try to shame him. And that's a stupid fucking thing to say. As if we're just going to leave the nuclear codes abandoned. Shut up. Even the people with the nuclear codes. And I like that he just breezes past her stupid fucking question. He goes, cut everybody. I don't give a shit.
Because if you don't see what they're doing and they can't show you that they're adding value, you whack.
But it's clear that they're...
Dude, Scott Jennings fucking hard as a rock right now. He's like, oh, man, I got a teammate here. This is great.
Even asking people to show us what you're doing. Again, this was a story Friday, and literally Elon said, oops, we gotta rehire them because nobody knows how to do what these people know how to do.
Yeah, the nuclear thing. Okay, it gets it wrong once in a while. Big deal. So what?
I agree with that.
That's 10% of the time.
It's okay.
I like that. You know what? I don't like these Democrats don't get to say shit about what Doge is doing. They can't sit there and go, oh no, the way you should cut it is you should cut it this way. Motherfucker, how many chances have you had to cut all of this shit and you just let it grow and let it fester and let this corruption rot everything to the core? And by the way, George W. Bush doesn't get a pass. His daddy doesn't get a pass. Reagan doesn't get a pass. Trump doesn't get a pass for his first term. This was a bipartisan effort to let all this dog shit rot our taxpayer dollars. So, yeah, I'm fine with them ripping the shit, because if they don't irresponsibly start ripping shit out, they're never going to do it. So, yeah, I'd rather rip out too much and then have to put it back than sit there and go, well, you know what? Like, I don't want hesitation. I don't want us second guessing ourselves. Let's get it.
Okay, I actually think it's okay if they run into a stumble here or there, because the project is so massive. The need to cut is so massive. The government is so massive. It's inconceivable that you wouldn't make a mistake here or there. But I think that's
$7 trillion a year. That's what our federal government spends. $7 trillion a year. In 2008, it was $2 in 2008. It's up to $7 trillion. I just inhale whistled, if you caught that. Crazy, right?
acceptable if the greater goal is achieved, which is a smaller government, more efficient government.
Even if someone,
trim the fat.
Even if someone dies, or even if someone, because we're talking.
That's the best way to cut somebody. Oh, she means like if someone dies because you cut. Look, man, I would argue that more people have probably died because the government bureaucracy existed, not because it didn't exist.
Even someone has died from this?
We don't know. I'm talking about when the rubber meets the road. I'm talking about.
No, I was just pulling that out of my ass to guilt you out of your position. Come on.
For example, Kansas City, 30,000 government employees might be laid off. It will destroy the economy of Kansas City. That's okay.
Why do you say that?
Because I'm reading what the individuals from Kansas City have been saying, that they're very concerned.
What do you think they're going to say when they're going to get whacked?
Of course they're going to.
I love that. He's like, well, yeah, they're getting fired. What do you think they're going to say? No, it's totally fine. We'll be okay. Trump will bring a bunch of jobs back stateside. He's talking about Apple coming back to America. That would be insane if Apple came back. He's talking about tariffing China so much that Apple's like, fuck it. We'll just, you know what? We'll make it all there. That would be a massive game changer.
I'm going to say that, but my point is, do we think that's smart to live in an American city just go under?
How many American cities need a massively oversized federal government to stay afloat? I mean, isn't that said more about the city than the government?
But when did we get to the point where presidents...
That's a good point. If you need basically taxpayer welfare jobs in order to stay afloat, is it real? Especially when we're printing the money because it doesn't exist because we run $2 trillion deficits every year and we're $37 trillion in debt?
Are measuring themselves by how many people they put out of work instead of how many people they get jobs
Not a moment too soon.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is absolutely
because the government only ever
if they're
gets
big
bigger,
fat chickens,
never
hopefully they lay some.
I love that. Sorry about that. I love that. I love that these people aren't being guilted off this position anymore. It's about time. It's about time. I mean, this idea that you're going to have, oh my God, well, what are we going to do if these government jobs, like they used to guilt Republicans with that, and like, oh God, that would be terrible. We can't do that. Now they're going, so what? Fine, we'll figure it out. I like that. We're not going to, like, what are you going to do? Limp along with $2 trillion deficits from here to eternity and then find out what happens when you completely burn a currency to the ground? And an economy totally collapses? I know George Soros wants that because he wants a one world government. But why don't we give it a fighting chance of, trying something different? Taste Ferre Alto says, why was Bobby Lashley on the panel? Well, they wanted a different perspective. And what is it, February? WrestleMania is not that far away. They wanted to shake shit up a little bit. Guys, we got a lot of stuff coming up. I want to do a half hour of overtime. We're almost there. Look at Stephen Bravo gifting a membership. Thank you, Stephen Bravo. About $75 away from knocking out tonight. What do you say you guys do an old-fashioned team up and you knock out this last 75 of the week for the toe? $75 left to go in the evening show. I tell you what, you guys knock this out in this little 7-8 minute period here. And I think it's perfect. That's exactly how we like to do it. You guys have been chipping away all night long. And then we bring it in for a nice smooth landing. So what do you say? Throw in a few bucks each. We'll have this thing hammered out in no time. $75 goal. We're heading towards the finish for the weekend. 7 minutes left. It was either start a new story and barely give it any time, or maybe we rattle the cans for a little bit longer. Who gives a shit? You know what? If we knock it out, I'll give you the extra 2 minutes back on the back end. That's only fair. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Hey, all those links that you need to click on, they're pinned to the top of the chat wherever you are, unless you're on Facebook or Kick or whatever. Come on over to Rumble or Facebook, click that link, and throw us a few dollars. At Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. At Steel Toe Media Inc. If you want to do it that way. Throw us a few bucks. $75 is all it's going to take. Or get under 50 to buy us the extra 30. You know how Steel Toe works by now. Let's hammer this out and call it another win for the toe. Not only another win for the toe, another perfect week for the toe. What a day that would be. So, we are officially at the 6-minute mark. 6 minutes left on the clock. Let's all start throwing in a couple of dollars. The awkward part, right there, the awkward part, where we start the rally and it doesn't, it kick right away. Miss Tay with 5 gifted memberships. Holy shit, thank you very much.
And in my club, I will splash the pot whenever the fuck I please.
That's going to put us $60 away from the final goal of the week for the evening shows. Show those morning bastards how it's done. $60 away. You guys have got it. Little over 5 minutes left to go. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We appreciate that, Miss Tay. Keep it going. We've got a lot of good stuff for you this evening. Still to come on this Steel Toe Evening Show. $60 away. While we're waiting, hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. Be a fan. We do appreciate your generosity, no matter how it comes, whether it's even if it's a view. We like that as well. 5 minutes to go. We've got 5 minutes left. We're only $60 away. Who's going to be next? We got Stephen Bravo and Miss Tay starting us off. Very generous. Thank you very, very much, the both of you. Now to the rest of you. It ain't going to take much. Just a few more chip-ins, and we've got this thing all hammered out. You all you all went silent on me. I got to stop saying shit like, this is the perfect way to do it. Oh, my God, this is incredible. Just bringing it in for a nice, smooth landing. I got to learn to shut the fuck up. People keep telling me this. Von Kaiser says, $10 says, you got me mad now. Thank you very much. That's a little jumping Jeff Farmer for you. 4 minutes to go, $50 away from the final evening goal of the week. Stephen Bravo with another 5 gifted memberships over on YouTube. Holy shit.
Stop dipping into your ketamine stash. Put down the bomb.
That means we're $35 away from knocking out the final evening show goal. Well, boys and girls, we're almost there. What do you say? Just a little bit more, and we've got this thing knocked out. 3.5 minutes to go, and we're going to give you those extra 2 minutes that we kind of started early here on you, because it was, I didn't want to rush through anything. Like. There's Stephen Bravo with another 5 gifted memberships. Oh, my goodness.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Adam Simon gifting a membership. $20 away from tonight. Uh-oh, we're only $20 away. That means it's about to come in for a landing. Could it be another win for the toe? A 6th consecutive perfect show for the toe? It can't happen. It can't be allowed. 2.5 minutes left, $20 to go. All the links are pinned to the top of the chat. Jump in and let's see if we can finish this monster off. Wait, that sounded gay as fuck. That was homoerotic. MSO says, glad I got my memberships turned off. You know what? Me too. Because I don't want a sour puss like you not appreciating a membership. MSO. You spoil sport, if I may use an old term. 2-minute warning, $20 to go. Everybody throwing in $5. Everybody's knocking out the goal here on the toe. Oh, go back. Oh, shit, I have to hit refresh. I lost it. PAA podcast. Oh, God, I would never admit that publicly. Ooh. Yeah, that's like the biggest gathering of dorks you could possibly, look, hey, to each their own. It's just, you know what? I guess I'd rather have you all there where everyone can keep an eye on you because you're deviants. KJ Fury with $5 says, let's go, said my big toe. Oh, my goodness. We're now $10 away after Nick the Milkman dropping $10 on us. Nick the Milkman says, this is going to make the haters mad. Oh, then I'm in. But listening to this show genuinely helps me get through the day by laughing my ass off and helping bring joy to my somewhat monotonous days. Keep it up. Guys, look at that. Stephen Bravo with $15. That's it, guys. That's a win for the toe.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Stephen Bravo with $15 says, goal from the mole knows he says hello. Now, I've seen you, this guy, the mole, auditioning for, Steel Toe Second Mic? So I have a question for you about the mole. I'm fully ready to embrace the mole. Does he think I'm a piece of shit? Does he hate me? Is he like a Steel Toe's a piece of shit, asshole, untalented, cunt face guy? Or is the mole like, is he a fun guy? I need to know. I need to know if I'm plugging the mole. That, goddamn, I need to really work on that shit. How did I mean that? Plugging the mole. There's got to be a better way. Plugging the mole. Talking nicely about the mole. How can we talk about the mole in a way that doesn't make me sound like a homosexual? And is it bad that I don't know the answer to that question? That's probably not good either. All I've seen is Stephen Bravo's tweets about the mole. I've never watched anything about the mole. You guys, as I go back to Rumble, you guys can never just let the accidental gay quip go, can you? It's not even an option. It's just, I get it. I understand. It's fine. It's totally. Stephen Bravo says, no, he's a fun guy. So if I go watch some mole stuff right now, then it'll be fun. It'll be good-natured. He won't be a cunt. Because I like good-natured fun. These people who like take this shit too seriously, they bum me out. Like I'm bummed out for them because I'm like, this. Don't be an adult. Like if you're 13 and you do that, that's fine. That's what you do at 13. You have no perspective. That's okay. But the ones who have fun with it, the ones that have a good time and it doesn't seem to affect their psyche, like a Melton, it affects his psyche way too bad. Like that's just a broken, unhealthy dude. But the ones who just like fuck around and have a good time, I love those guys. I really do. But I don't know. The mole is lurking. That's how he knows. All right. Well, maybe I don't have a link to the mole. But you know what? I'll find one. We'll take a look at his stuff, especially if he's auditioning for a second mic. Maybe it would be good. Maybe if we showed the mole auditioning to be second mic for the toe, maybe it would light a fire under Johnny's ass. I'm not saying Johnny needs a fire lit under his ass, but what I am saying is, like, anytime someone gets a little competition, it can push them. It can really reveal their talent level. Poe says, for you, bending for the mole works. That's not what I said. I did not say I was bending for the mole. It's not what I said at all. All right, let's go check out a little mole. I'm gonna go see what the mole's all about. I'm gonna do it through Stephen Bravo's channel, because that's the only place I've seen it. Is Stephen Bravo. God damn it, Mole, you know better. All right, here's a 1-minute clip. Does the mole have a face? Oh, no, that's a Rob Saul thing. That doesn't have anything to do with me. It's Rob Saul. I want to see Mole. Here we go. Mole auditions for second mic for Steel Toe Morning Show. This didn't go well. Oh, no. I don't want it not to go well. So it's 36 minutes. On this episode of The Mole Knows, the Mole critiques Aaron of the Steel Toe Morning Show on needing to better show prep and stuff. No, I'm not going to play that. That's the Mole. I don't want the Mole talking shit about. If a guy's going to be my second mic, he can't just be dragging me all the time. And by the way, I mean, it's no offense. It is kind of the rest of that fandom kind of projecting their horse shit onto me. I'm just a guy sitting here doing a show every day, apparently being a great lightning rod. All right, let's continue on here. Mayor Eric Adams of New York. I know that I'm not supposed to feel bad for this guy. I know that I'm not supposed to be, because he kind of made his own bed. He's a New York fucking liberal, and he's part of the reason that city's in the shithole condition it's in. But, he is being picked on by the establishment Democrats only because he said, hey, having all these illegals here and giving them free hotel rooms is kind of a bad thing for the taxpayers. And now they tried to throw him in prison over it. Now they're trying to kick him out of office. All of his deputy mayors are leaving him. It's the guy really does seem to be getting bullied by his own side, so it's hard not to feel bad for him. But then he opens his mouth and he starts talking, and here's the problem with Eric Adams. He's genuinely, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, he's genuinely a really stupid guy. You want to like him because he's being bullied and he's a victim and he's an underdog. So you're like, come on, Eric, you can do it. Fuck these, these crooked Democrats who are trying to get you. But then he starts talking and you go, you know what, guys, best of luck. You do your thing. This is Eric Adams wearing a Star of David on his lapel and making a Nazi reference. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mayor Eric Adams.
I remember listening to some of Dr. King's teaching, and he talked about the book Mein Kampf.
And really, one thing, if Martin Luther King Jr. were alive today, he would tell everyone, the one thing I want people to remember about me is I used to talk about Mein Kampf a bunch. That's like if Prince Harry ever becomes king, he's like, one thing I want you all to know about my long and regal reign is that time I dressed up as Hitler for a Halloween party. That's, if a black man ever becomes mayor of New York City and he uses me as inspiration, I want him to use my seldom made lectures on Nazi literature to help him out of a bind.
About the book Mein Kampf. And he indicated if you tell a lie long enough, loud enough, people would tend to believe it's true. And that's what you're seeing right now, modern day Mein Kampf. And so we need to break this down.
Wait. He just said what you're seeing right now is modern day Mein Kampf while he's wearing a Star of David. I got to tell you what, if you're a Jew in New York at this event, this has got to be tripping you the fuck out.
Down in this proper analysis.
Go back.
Right now, modern day Mein Kampf. And so we need to break this down in this proper.
Okay, watch this guy over his shoulder. Because this guy starts to nod like he agrees, but you can tell in his head he just kicked around that statement and he went, wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're seeing right now, modern day Mein Kampf. And so we need to break this down.
He just did one head nod and then he's like, wait, no, that sounds fucking insane.
This proper analysis. One of the largest voices out there that is calling for me to step down is the public advocate. I still don't know what he does, because it's hard to really serve the city when you wake up at noon and then try to go out.
Oh, shit. Is Eric Adams calling the public advocate a lazy you-know-what? Oh, my God. This is a bold statement, Eric.
If I step down, the public advocate becomes the mayor. So can you imagine turning the city over to him?
I mean, that would be just like Auschwitz. This is what I mean. Like, you want to be on Eric Adams' side because he's like pointing out the obvious on immigration, and the Democrats and Biden did treat him like shit, but then like he starts talking and you're like, you know what, bro, just you got this, just go ahead. Hey Eric, we've got your back 100%. I think it's fucked up what they're doing to you. Thank you, because this is just like that time that Hitler was talking about Mein Kampf, and he's like, you know what, Eric, I gotta go, I'm sorry, I thought I could do this. It's getting retarded in here.
That is the top reason not to step down.
Because you're going through a Mein Kampf. That's why. I hear you. Keep going.
And when you don't have a job, you can go all over the city throwing rocks. The top
just like the Nazis did at Jews.
Person that said the man should step down would benefit if I were to step down. I love this city too much to watch him become mayor.
Yeah, I get it.
We want the gold sucker, Hulk Hogan.
I'm going to get better at that. I mean, yeah, you really can't, you can't be trying to push a guy out the door while he's going through a Mein Kampf. I mean, that's just wrong. MSO says there's nothing more entertaining than watching him try to string together a few words. I mean, he really is. Like I said, I believe this. I do want it to work out for him. I am kind of rooting for Eric Adams, but god damn, he is hard to watch. He's just, really, if you think about it, oh boy, here we go. He thought, guys, Eric thought about it. If you think about it, I am kind of like the Jews in Treblinka. Did my Eric Adams turn a little bit into Tracy Morgan? I was trying to run this city right, but then they hit me with a Walmart truck. Telling you right now, if they try to take me out of here as mayor, I'm going to start a Reichstag fire. That's a bad Eric Adams, isn't it? I'll work on it. Maybe by tomorrow I'll have a better Eric Adams impression. If the public advocate ever tried to get rid of me, I would stab him. Oh, Eric, you can't do that. It's not. Let's go to Yankee. Yankee says this moron is a puppet shill. That's why the Dems put him in this position in the first place. They didn't think he'd go feral. Well, can we not? Do me a favor, guys. This kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. And if anyone points out that I just missed my elbow on the table, fuck you. When we're talking about black people on the show, can we avoid things like go feral? It just, Poe says hard to get answers when he's axing all the questions. That's right. I'm mayor of New York City, and they treat me like I'm Aaron Hitler. And that ain't right. I feel like a Jew in a concentration camp. No, Sam Show, that's not the word we're looking for either. That's not. Turd Burglar says it's just a shame I wasn't a fan during the Shaka era. Shaka had to go. Somebody that we were talking with and are still talking with to this day said, you make my job a lot easier if you get rid of the puppet. And that was the first lunch we had. They were like, I can explain a lot of shit. I can't explain the puppet. Fair enough. Guys, we have, a lot of people lately have been criticizing Disney. They've been saying that they're making immoral stuff. They've been focusing a lot on DEI. Actually, I think I heard that Disney's getting rid of their diversity, equity, and inclusion program because they're tired of losing money, I believe. Disney stock, how is it looking, say, in the last year? Oh, it did. Look at that. It recovered. It was at 109, dropped down to about 89, 88, 85. Now it's back up to about 111. So it's just done kind of a little, like a W kind of a thing. How about the last 5? Ooh, the last 5 years ain't good, though. 2021, 191, and now it's so the stock price is down $80 since I think a lot of the more woke, really since Endgame ended, and Disney really started putting their stamp on Star Wars and Marvel and all that shit. The stock has dropped quite precipitously, and people are starting to call them out. One of the voices calling out Disney is, a goddamn legend in music and a legend in morality, Pat Boone. I would argue, I'm guessing Pat Boone probably is old enough to have known Walt Disney. And TMZ caught up with Pat Boone, and he had some choice words for the current people running Walt Disney's empire.
Do you think that President Trump's choices of these 3 legends to be the envoys for Hollywood, he assigned Stallone, John Voight, and Mel Gibson?
Oh, are you fucking did I miss that? When did this happen? Trump made Mel Gibson the special envoy to Hollywood? Yes. You mean to tell me that Donald Trump said, all right, you've got to meet with the rest of the Weinstein family. We're sending Mel Gibson. Yes, that would be wonderful. I want to be a fly on the wall when Mel Gibson talks to fucking Bob Weinstein. I want to know how that works.
Do you think they could actually make a difference is the question.
They are the 3 best he could have ever chosen. They are.
You know, can I say one thing? And I may be wrong, and maybe you guys will correct me on this. I don't agree with the John Voight pick because I know we're supposed to like John Voight because he's based and he's a conservative and all that, but John Voight's a little off his rocker. Like, John Voight's a little crazy when it comes to his politics, or at least kind of half-baked. I would think James Woods would be a more reasonable choice than John Voight. But Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson, I love those picks. Mel's out of it. Like, John Voight's crazy, but he's like undisciplined crazy. Mel's crazy, but he knows it, and he's doing it on purpose. And that's why I like the Mel pick. That and just Mel talking to Jewish people will just always, the idea of that will always be entertaining to me.
Exemplars of America at its best, and I'm so excited about his choices because I feel like the movie industry has been making money, just millions and millions, destroying the image of America, representing American life in the worst possible ways. And
I can't disagree with Pat Boone. By the way, Pat Boone has to be in like his 90s, doesn't he? I mean, I know we're grading on a curve here, but like, he looks good. And he sounds good. Like at 90, if someone's like can move their hands and go, just thinking the day's going well, I think they sound great at 90 years old.
The more taboos that we break in the films, the more the pictures seem to make. I mean, whether it's out of space, whether it's dead people or zombies, crazy.
Even the zombie movies are putting us in the bad light.
And
wow, Pat Boone doesn't like The Walking Dead. 90 years old. Pat he turned 90 last year. Holy shit.
Foods and, I mean, everything. The worst things that people can do are shown now on film. And where I and my family used to go to a movie every Friday night, we didn't frequent the movie theaters anymore, even though I was making movies.
Yeah.
But I never made a film that wasn't G-rated.
Right.
And that I wanted my own kids to be able to see. And that used to be, in fact, I'm part of a Broadway play on the life of Walt Disney.
Amazing.
And that name, Walt Disney, is better known than any other name in the world. And we have a musical on the life and romance, his love story of Walt Disney and all the films he made. He's the Rocky of show business.
What do you think Walt Disney would look at his company in like Hollywood today?
He would see all the women and black people and he'd go, what the fuck happened while I was gone? Because isn't Walt Disney frozen? Like, Walt Disney isn't like buried or cremated. I thought Walt Disney had himself frozen so they could maybe bring him back someday. I could be wrong about that.
And be like, supportive, or would he be like, damn, would he feel like you?
Walt Disney must be spinning in his grave if there's such a thing.
Yeah.
Because they announced they don't want to be known as a family filmmaker. They just want to be a filmmaker and make money with their movies.
That's a great idea. I think Disney is right as a company to do that. I mean, you made billions and billions and billions of dollars and became one of the most profitable, maybe the most well-known media company on earth in history. You should definitely abandon that. That is a really good idea. I think what you ought to do is you ought to take the thing that made you billions of dollars and made you incredibly famous. I swear to God, I think you should just stop doing it and turn that machine off 100%. Doom, you're just, I respect what you do, kind of. You're just trying to stir up drama. Nothing. I didn't do anything. Quite frankly, I think it's a shallow grasp at relevance. And he's also, the last time he tried to play sweeper and hitman for that person, he ended up, in a little bit of trouble. So I think it's just another desperate attempt. You see me here doing my thing. If people come over and start fucking with Steel Toe, they're just doing it for clout, because you see me over here doing my thing. Thank you, Sam Show. LOL indeed. Thank you, though, Doom. I kind of know what you're up to. I kind of know what you're doing, and I respect it. I appreciate it. I'm not trying to shit on you, buddy, but I see you. I see you. Let's go to this next one. Oh, boy. Look, I'm not trying to say there's different levels to the teacher-student relationship game. It's all pretty perverted and fucked up. But there are those students where when the story breaks, the general consensus among the public is, oh, man, yeah. What's the thing you always hear people say? Oh, where were the teachers like that when I was in school? Then there's stories like this next one, where maybe it was more of a take what you can get kind of a thing, and that maybe there won't be as many high fives amongst buddies this time around. Let's take a look.
With a school employee from Lewiston who is accused of sexual battery of a minor, and the alleged incident taking place on school grounds.
That woman who worked for the Lewiston School District faced a Nez Perce County judge for the first time today. Graham 2's Regan Gallo has more now on the arraignment and the accusations.
Well, today we learned that Mary Strong was a classified staff member, so not a teacher, but she worked in a support role. Today, the judge.
So she was like, what did they call them when we were kids? Paraprofessional. What, like a hall monitor, like a behavioral person, that kind of a thing.
$100,000, noting how serious the allegations are. We learned from court records that Strong worked at Tammany High School, and she has no prior criminal history. The affidavit shows that she had what is described as an inappropriate sexual relationship with a 16 or 17.
Burn it! Burn it! Set it ablaze! This is where, as a society, we are very hypocritical. If this were some stacked 23, 24-year-old rookie teacher, and it was a 17-year-old student, there would be a lot of people going, hey, right? That's like, I wish I had those teachers. And, oh, man, he's lucky. I bet you got a lot of fast. And when it's this one, everyone goes, oh, that fucking poor kid's a victim. She must have had him tied up. I mean, this must have been torture. Oh, my God.
17-year-old.
This looks like Garth Algar's mom.
Student on Snapchat. Investigators say Strong sent explicit videos and pictures to the student, and that student sent explicit text messages.
Oh.
Then court records show Strong and the student engaged in sexually explicit acts on school campus.
Any port in the storm? Is that,
Photo of that incident prompted the initial investigation.
The dad finds out about it. He sees the mugshot. He goes, son, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Which was later reported to authorities.
First of all, going to grant the no contact order. That'll be in effect for at least 2 years. In addition, you will stay 300 feet away from that person. You will Also not go within the address listed on the no contact order.
Judge Olds also stated Strong cannot contact the student through any social media.
I'm guessing that the job at the school is probably gonzo too.
$100,000 bail is very reasonable request by the state, considering the nature of the offense, the information contained in the affidavit of probable cause.
Initially, she claimed she could have been drunk or that she did not remember sending any messages.
Oh my God! You don't. Well, but you don't remember sucking his dick. That you did that. You don't remember either. Were you too drunk for that? Come on, really? Is that what we're doing? Oh. Oh man. Oh, Los Federales says I can work with her. Oh, I heard she gives a great gummer. No. Like the sex teacher thing in general is kind of weird. And Buzamok, you're being a little disingenuous. Stop it. Don't discredit yourself to that level. Like the school, like the public perception of the teacher-student thing, I don't feel like it's shifted very much in the last few years. I remember like what was the first one? Like Deborah LaFave was the first one, right? And the general public consensus about that was, well, good. It's kind of that, the high five thing and all that. But then I feel like kind of as we learned more about that stuff and kind of the abuse of power and, the imbalance of influence and everything that we kind of, and I don't know if we have, but I know I personally have kind of gone more to like, yeah, not so much the high five thing. Like it's fucked up. I know a lot of people like to look at it as, well, if I was 16 or I was 17, back then. I look at it more through like the teacher, and it's like, what a fucked up weirdo. Like that's just, there's no excuse. Like that's just straight, that's pedo shit. There's no getting around it. It doesn't matter what the 16 or 17-year-old thought. That's fucking weird. Like, you remember when you were 24 or 25, right? There'd have to be something wrong with you if that's what you were looking for. You're fucked up. So, like, we can look at it through, like, oh, man, if I was in high school, I tell you what, isn't that? But I look at more, the older I get, the more, like, through the teacher's eyes and, like, what the fuck are you looking there for? Honestly. Los Federale. Oh, God, I can't read that one. Honest to God. Bigot on socialist media says, never had a gummer. Probably could entertain the idea if I was drunk. Could you, though? Because what's attached to a gummer. An old lady with no teeth. You can't. Look, I'm not saying it wouldn't be an odd sensation. But, ugh. Again, it's the person attached to the gummer. What the fuck is wrong with you? Los Federales says, gummers change your life, Aaron. Would you stop? Would you stop? Vadam says, Aaron, would you ever have sex with a 90-year-old? I would. No! I would not have sex with a 90-year-old. No matter what you're doing, you're hurting them. Stop it. In fact, any of you who are even entertaining that as a hypothetical, I'm going to get your numbers, I'm going to get your addresses, I'm going to get your social security numbers, and I'm going to have you barred from every old folks home in the country, just as a precaution. Turd Burglar says they're so good, Garth wrote a song about it. The woman in that summer is not 90 years old and giving gummers. That is not the case. I don't know what song you were listening to, but the woman in that summer is, I would say, like 40 tops. How old is the woman in the song That Summer? In the song That Summer by Garth Brooks, the woman is married. The song is about her meeting a single man at a party and sneaking off. No, that is not what the song is about. The song is about a lonely widowed woman held by... Wow. All right. You know what? I'm wrong. This says, oh no, this is just someone's opinion. This is cougarboard.com. That's probably one of the saddest things to read. I think she was 62. No. How is this not a question that's been answered by Garth himself? How old is this broad? WhiskeyRiff.com. We're not quite sure how old she is or how old the kid is, but her leather hands would lend us to believe that she's over 50 or maybe 60. I mean, bitches can get leathery at different ages. Maybe I'm wrong. Who was I arguing with in the first place? Oh, turd burglar. That's what I do. Hey, Aaron, you knocked out all your goals this week. What was the highlight of your week? Oh, I got into it with turd burglar. We were just... I'm a long way from FM radio, folks. Hey, Aaron, did you have a great show tonight? Oh, yeah, the audience was really generous. Everyone chipped in. Everybody did it like under like $20 and under. It was really great. They were really awesome. Oh, yeah, did you have fun? Oh, man, I had a blast. It was so much fun hanging out with them. You know, it's a smaller, more intimate crowd on the evening shows. Not as, it's 800, 900 people at a time in the morning. That can get kind of tough. But when it's like 300, 400 in the evening, it's a lot easier to one-on-one a little bit. So it was fun. Oh, really? The one-on-one? Yeah, I really love all that. What was your favorite part? Probably when I argued about Garth Brooks with Turd Burglar. That was my favorite part. But damn, we're not going to talk about sex with 90-year-olds. Taste Fairy Ialto says, oh, yeah, I also had a great conversation with this guy, Poop is Lube. Yeah, the old Poop is Lube popped in the chat tonight. We got, really it distracted from the show because we just got caught reminiscing, Old Poop is Lube and I. All right, my lost interest has been here all night. Let's ask him a very important question before we go. My lost interest, what are you clipping out of tonight? That's what I need to know. And MSO, do not encourage Vidam's senior citizen fetish. Stop it. What is that called when you're into banging elderly women? Is there a word for, this is going to be in my Google search history now, which means Nick's going to see it. Is there a word for fetishizing old people? Gerontophilia or gerontosexuality is the primary sexual attraction to older people. Vidam, stay away from it. Stay away from it. Doom says, wow.
Wow.
You didn't ask me what I'm clipping. I see you, Aaron. I see you. Hey, my lost interest has been here since the beginning of the show, Doom. I haven't seen you here since the beginning. My lost interest also made a nice contribution to the show today, and I appreciated it very much. Doom, some people, when they play your clips, are very generous and throw you a couple bucks. Never really comes back, though, like my lost interest does. I mean, what a great guy, huh? Wouldn't you say? All right, Poe, I'm going to see what this is. And then, oh, God, I forgot about this movie. I can't play a movie clip, though. We'll get popped for it. Here. I'll give you guys this, and then I'll just switch it to audio.
Let's unhandle this. Oh.
Oh, and then the teeth go in the glass. No.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, my. Oh. Wow. That. Oh. Wow. That is a.
That's kind of the R word, isn't it? No, not retarded. Chad Buzamok says, I made contributions. You never played any of my clips. Did I? Do you make clips? No, God damn it. That's not how I meant it. No, I didn't mean it disrespectfully. No. God damn it. Doom Clone says, I've never super chatted. It's nothing personal. I'm just kidding. It's guys, it's me. All right. It's not Patrick. It's not Kevin. It's not any of your Dabbleverse guys. All right. It's the morning show fuck around guy. All right. It's not, none of it's serious. Just having some fun. All right. Take it easy, you guys. Unbelievable. Thank you. Amazing show. Appreciate it. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you for going through my wedding venue choices. I appreciate that. Some of you were nice enough to understand that it doesn't mean I'm getting married again right away. I just, a girl can dream. And what's the saying we learned? First time is for love. Second time is for money. Third time is for companionship. That's lovely. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to head out. I'm going to go hang out with my gal, and hopefully she didn't watch tonight's show and see me talking about a wedding venue, because she'll go, what the fuck is wrong with you? Take it easy, guys. I'm going to go say hi to Gordy. I'm going to go say hi to SP, and the rest of you will see me tomorrow at 6 a.m. We are this close to a perfect week. Thank you very much. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your night.